That's, for me, goal number one. I don't really look at my personal stats that much. I just want to make the playoffs because I think if I play well and the whole team plays well, then we're going to make the playoffs for sure. Should we go to the ice cream spot then?
Okay. So I have to say, this is definitely going to be the highlight of my trip.
You love ice cream, right?
I love ice cream.
Be careful here.
Yeah. So this is the inventor of spaghetti ice cream.
Yes, that's the inventor. So now we got the famous spaghetti ice right in front of us.
This is your favorite ice cream in the world?
Yeah, it is.
Is your trainer going to see you eat this and be furious?
I hope not. Why don't you try it first?
Right.
You try it first.
That's fantastic. I love my ice cream. That's fantastic.
You like it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
That's the perfect finish for the day, right?
That's a perfect way to end the piece.
That was fantastic, Elliot. And Tim, what a gracious guy. Be careful here. Wasn't it nice? You want to talk about the scooter or Tim?
Well, definitely not the scooter or LED and ice cream, but I think before I saw that great feature, from watching the game on Thursday against Buffalo, I thought he looked faster, bigger, stronger. And he's at that age where he has to start transforming his body a little bit because he has to hang on to the puck a little bit more to make plays. He's a playmaker. He has to be a little bit stronger so he can have guys lean on him and he can still protect the puck. He looks good early on.
And there are certain guys in the league that you feel the sense of curiosity and anticipation when they get the puck. And he's one of those guys. I feel like it's the confidence that he has and the explosiveness in his stride. And you also think for players, the evolution from year 1 to year 2 and now year 3, the learning curve of how he wants to play and perform.
I wish I had that confidence as a 20-year-old, right? I mentioned the game in Gander. He had a goal, 2 assists. He has looked good early, and he'll be up against Toronto and Mitch Marner, who did the same thing on Hockey Night next.
What are people saying about Boston Pizza's new fall menu? Okay.
It's a presentation of Hockey Night in Canada in association with the NHL and Sportsnet.
What is memory and where is history? It's just down this hallway. There's a special meeting place waiting for you to make your entrance. Through the side door, you'll discover Saturday nights and the Stanley Cup and a fable agreed upon. Studio 32, now the home of Hockey Night in Canada. You remember. We're about to launch our 70th year. But history isn't about what happened 70 years ago or even 7,000 years ago. History's the story of what happened, and stories change depending on circumstances or sightlines. We were lucky. We had a superhero in a phone booth named Foster Hewitt.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States and Newfoundland.
That is how we launched on radio. And then a magical thing occurred in 1952 when Hockey Night in Canada came to the brand new stage called television. It became the longest running TV program in history. And we're proud of that fact, and it's very cool. However, 1952 marks the start of an even more impressive run. 1952 is the year Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II acceded to the throne. She was 25, and even then, she knew how to make an entrance. She is the longest ruling monarch in British history. The art of making an entrance. In show business, the notion of the spectacle, we borrow the pomp and the circumstance of the royals. The Queen always knew how to be a great beginning. On Canada Day, Parliament Hill in Ottawa, or over in London 2012 for the Olympics with James Bond. And of course, for a ceremonial face-off, as we witnessed in Vancouver. And the face-off was spot on. And how many have learned from the monarchy this idea? You enter big, you leave no doubt. Here's a king for you. Every year of his career. That's all right, mama. That's all right for you. Just any way you do. Elvis Presley created with that the greatest walk-on in the world. Or was the greatest walk-on when he was king, Muhammad Ali. You wouldn't be wrong. Incredible. I done tussled with a whale. I handcuffed lightning. I throwed thunder in jail. He is the world's first rapper. Here's another king, Billie Jean King. The battle of the sexes, the most important person in the world in the fight for gender equity. Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean. Love 15, love 30, love 40. Love equality. And this whole idea of making a great entrance has become a global phenomenon. The celebration of their Maori culture, the New Zealand All Blacks, and the Ferns. For us, 15,000 kilometers to the north, Montreal.
Bryce, your team captain, Nick Suzuki.
Amazing. It got us all fired up. That was Wednesday. This is Saturday, about damn time, to celebrate Queen Lizobeth. Lizzo, let's go.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States.
Welcome to Hockey Night.
Hockey night in Canada.
Growing up watching Hockey Night in Canada, it's special in this country. The tradition that it brings back those memories of watching your idols go and play.
Those guys we were trying to be growing up, and we wanted to be like them.
Everybody back up in the building. It's been a minute, tell me how you're feeling. Cause I'm about to get into my feelings. How you feeling? How you feel right now?
Favorite player growing up was Pavel Datsyuk.
Moves in and shoots, he scores!
Every time he touched the puck, it felt like there was something special about to happen.
I always used to love watching Mike Modano skate with the puck, seeing the jersey kind of flapping in the wind.
Scores! Wow, baby!
Turn up the music. Turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay. Alright. It's about damn time.
It's gonna sound like I'm trying to get some extra power play time, but Marty was always my favorite player growing up.
Sidney Crosby.
And there's the zone with speed all the way to the net, and he scores!
I actually still have his jersey framed in my living room.
In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciaga, trying to bring out the fabulous.
My first NHL game, I took the first face-off actually with the Sedin twins. Cool surreal moment I'll never forget.
First game, first face-off against Stamkos. I was like, oh, this is pretty sick.
My first shift, I had Patrick Kane on my right. Across from me was Alex Ovechkin. Pretty star-studded first shift.
Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright.
Saturday night games are the best. Still get that butterfly feeling.
It's about damn time.
We're so excited. The energy's in the building.
He's in! Look at that! Are you watching this?
All your nerves and excitement come out.
Scores! Did you see that?
To be able to play in those games now is unbelievable.
The wait is finally over, and it couldn't have come soon enough.
It's about damn time.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet. You want action? We've got action for you here tonight. Oh, did you see that? What a performance. Doesn't get any better than this. Oh, what a play! What a goal! He's got a step. He's in. There's a chance for Crosby. He scores! Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, the amazing Lizzo. Has been on the charts now for 25 weeks with that song and still in the top 10 and not going anywhere. The Ottawa Senators, Toronto on Hockey Night in Canada tonight. It was neat to hear Craig Simpson, Kyle Bukauskas with Justin Cuthbert on the Fan 590 along with Ailish. Amazing Thursday morning. Chris Cuthbert will call that game. John Bartlett with Gary Galley, Sean McKenzie in the U.S. Capital this evening, Montreal and the Caps, and Rogers Place in Edmonton. The lone visit of Calgary this year. Harner Ryan Singh, Louis DeBrusk, Scott Oak. A sensational evening for our season premiere. Kelly, how about Toronto heading into the Battle of Ontario tonight? And welcome to Hockey Night in Canada.
All right, with the injury to Matt Murray, what an opportunity for Samsonov. And so he came to Toronto. Basically, he wanted to tell the rest of the league that he's a quality NHL goaltender. Most likely didn't think he was going to be in this position this early on, but what an opportunity. The only thing is, I hope he doesn't feel like he has to steal games. Toronto's such a good team. Just go out there, play your own game, be relaxed, and he'll be just fine.
And for Ottawa, big additions coming into this season with DeBrincat and Giroux. And for them, there's been so much discussion about the potential of this team. And Ron, you opened about how stories change. And this Ottawa team, in combination with their defense group, they've got some great young talent as well in terms of Shabbat and Zub entering their prime. And you've got Sanderson and Brandstrom, who are sort of these young stars on the team. So how they can come together, they're hoping to rewrite that script from potential into the solid season that they want now.
Another young star, Caden Gooley. We weren't sure if he was going to play tonight. He is going to play. It's another opportunity to see him. He had some big shifts on the PK last game against Detroit, and the evolution of them. They're going to need some of these younger defensemen to have big roles if they want to be successful early in the season before they get everybody back from injury.
So it'll be Kyle Bukauskas, Sean McKenzie reporting for us this evening. Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman are here with 32 Thoughts. Stay calm, carry on to Queens and Kings and Hockey Nights of the Round Ice Table. Next.
To Washington, D.C., where tonight Jonathan Drouin is out of the press box and back on the ice looking to prove that is where he belongs. On the blue line, Caden Gooley was a game-time decision for Montreal. He took part in warm-up, but we can confirm he is good to go. We are just moments away from puck drop between the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals, but first we get you set with the national anthems. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Capitals and Boeing are proud to welcome Master Sergeant Benjamin Polk from the United States Air Force. To Master Sergeant Benjamin and to all of the men and women serving in our armed forces who are in attendance tonight, we thank you for your service. And now, please welcome Bob McDonald as he performs tonight's national anthems.
Ô Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est saint de fleurons glorieux, car ton bras sait porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. It's a new season, and it's the best night of the week as we gather together again across the country with family and friends for our Saturday night tradition, and welcome you to Hockey Night in Canada. Tonight, coming to you from Washington, D.C., where the hometown Capitals look for their first win of the season against the young upstart Canadians, and they'll face Samuel Montembeault in net. He allowed 8 goals on 41 shots in his only career start against the Capitals back on April 16th of 2022. Darcy Kemper played in his 300th career game on Wednesday against Boston in his Washington debut and allowed 4 goals on 29 shots. He'll look for his first win as well. Jonathan Drouin will make his season debut for the Canadians tonight and looks to make a mark, while Alexander Ovechkin looks to avoid going 3 straight games without a point to start a season for the first time in his career. Sean Monahan wins the draw from Dylan Strome, and away we go at Capital One Arena. And it will be an early icing call against the Canadians, Gary.
Well, Sean Monahan winning the draw, and he's been doing a lot of that of late as we look at Alexander Ovechkin, who, as you said, you know, he's not used to having these kind of slow starts. This is a team that was in the last wild card spot last year, you know, and they had a decent start last year. And when you get off to a bad start, I mean, you can't make the playoffs in October, but you can fall out of it rather quickly. And an 0-2 start is not sitting well with Peter Laviolette or the Washington Capitals.
Denny Dadonov will work it into the Washington zone, flipped off the boards and out by Martin Feravari. And here comes Connor Brown, the former Ottawa Senator, trying to make his mark here in Washington as he gets it down low, back up onto the wing. Feravari for Ovechkin. Swung it back to the net. Monahan goes after it, tried to chop it out, couldn't clear the zone. Bouncing in front, and Kovacevic has got it, and he'll work it up on the wing for Dadonov, who lost his footing there, and now knocks it into the corner. After it goes Carlson. Played it off for Feravari and right back for Carlson. He'll take his time with it, and both teams get a change. Now he starts out with it. Plays it up for Dmitry Orlov. Checks up, gets it in over the line. He'll ring it into the corner. Nick Suzuki trying to tip it up the boards. Kuznetsov is there. Back to the line. Jensen's shot got blocked. And Nick Suzuki will work it out back to the Washington end. Jensen off the boards and up ahead for Oshie off his stick. Caden Cooley back on it. Cooley off for Josh Anderson. Hands it off for Cole Caulfield onto the wing. Here comes Savard. Savard after it in the corner, swings it back around the boards. Suzuki is there on it. Being watched by Oshie. Trying to feed it back for Cooley. Now chopped it in front where it's taken away, and the Capitals will clear it. Oshie can't get by Cooley at center. Nick Jensen will back up with it and reset. Feeds it up the middle. And it's brought right back in by Nick Dowd. Dowd with a snapshot through traffic in front. Comes back to the point. Here's Gustafsson, and that one goes wide. Van Riemsdyk will hustle after it. Trevor Van Riemsdyk feeds it across for Gustafsson. Back to the point. Van Riemsdyk again throws it towards the net. That was tipped. It goes wide. Gallagher will try to clear it. He's pressured, and he'll feed it back for Caden Cooley, who gets it out. Capitals are right back on it at center, though. Connor Sheary will bring it in. Fed it off of the boards, and it's turned over, and here come the Canadians. Brendan Gallagher with it. This shot on net, and Kepler will hold that one high and take the whistle.
Well, the Montreal Canadiens gave up a whole game's worth of shots in the first period last night in Detroit, 25 of them to be exact. And here in the first period, the Washington Capitals get on them right away in their zone. They played last night. All the Washington Capitals are well aware that they've got to turn the heat up here, get Montreal on their heels. And the Canadians answering back with that shot by Dowd with one of their own by Gallagher, which Kemper looked like it kind of caught him in an odd spot. And he was really struggling to try to not bleed a rebound there.
Here's Wideman getting in deep. Carlson trying to play it. It was flipped in front by Hoffman. Wideman with a shot, and that's blocked. Well, turned over. Hoffman's got it back to the net. Tried to feed it in front for Jonathan Drouin. Looks like Protas will poke it away on the boards. Here's Wideman. Handing it off for Hoffman. Back to Wideman. Played down for Drouin. Jonathan Drouin trying to shake off Carlson. He'll go to the point. Swung over for Wideman again. Throw towards the net. Redirected. And Darcy Kemper has to come out of the crease to get a glove on it.
Coach Peter Laviolette not in a good mood when you start 0-2. And that'll certainly make you a whole lot of ugly. And poor execution. He said just not enough to win. We're not doing enough good things to win. You know, we're not getting enough run support. We know their bottom six is outplaying or outscoring their top six, and it never works out that way. The power play's been a struggle, 0 for 9. So a lot of the weapons that Washington has haven't really come to fruition to start the season. It makes it tough to win. So he's expecting some of those things to find their way here this evening versus the Montreal Canadiens.
Kirby Dach will take the draw against Nick Dowd. And Dach won it. Back to the point. Kovacevic with a shot. It got blocked on its way through, and Orlov will move it away, and the Capitals get it to center. Connor Sheary slides it across for Dowd. Tried to enter into the Montreal zone, but he's turned back. There's Dadonov at center. Played it on the wing. Room for Kirby Dach with a shot. That one handcuffed Darcy Kemper, and it went wide. Kirby Dach looking for his first goal as a Montreal Canadian. Dadonov held back to the boards. Swung around by Nick Dowd. After it goes Connor Sheary trying to chip it away. Comes free for Dadonov. Kenny Dadonov knocked off the puck. Back to his feet. He's got it back. Throws it to the point. Kovacevic trying to get it across for Harris. Broken up and cleared. Dadonov pressured. And the Capitals are away with a 2-on-1. Here's Orlov. Put it back. And oh, that pass doesn't work as Nick Dowd tried to feed it back for Orlov, and it was broken up. Got caught in the skates, and everything went awry from there. Harris up the boards. Out at center. Caulfield will drop it back. Kovacevic got it up ahead, and now it's worked in by Anderson. Had it poked off his stick. Van Riemsdyk forces it back the other way for Washington. Caulfield will block it at center. Suzuki tries to get by Van Riemsdyk. Philip Strome goes after it. Taken away, and Caulfield comes up with it. Goes to the point, and Caden Cooley's got it back up at center. There's Nick Suzuki off for Caulfield. Feeds it across. Great chance. Right on for Anderson. And he is stopped by Kemper.
Well, a couple of cosmetic changes for both these teams. One of them, Hoffman moves down, Dadonov moves up. And the one thing you've got to be careful when you play the Canadians, they've got a wicked transition game. They've always had that. And you see Dadonov giving that thing to Dach, and then right coming the other way. I think just overpassing. If you're Peter Laviolette, you're telling your guys, shoot the puck. We're not scoring a lot. Shoot the puck, and Caulfield gives Anderson a nice little saucer pass, and he didn't have a lot of time as Kemper did a nice job going left to right, and not just left to right, but left to right and out, taking away the net, not giving much for Anderson to shoot at.
Carlson back on it. He'll flip it up ahead at center. It's knocked down by Anthony Mantha. As Oshie will work it in, then he's taken to the boards by Caden Cooley. Savard up with it.
There we go.
Long pass across. That one gets into the Capital zone, and it's fed around for Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher takes a hit, holds it along the boards. Oshie trying to clear it. Dvorak goes after it. Gallagher trying to knock it away right in front, and Darcy Kemper makes a quick pad save. A chance of throwing the net for Juraj Slafkovsky, looking for his first NHL goal. He had a good look there. Here's Mantha trying to get away from Gallagher. Played it back to the line. Slafkovsky's got it in his skate. Works it up ahead at center, and Gallagher is on it. They'll flip it in, and the Canadians get a change as Nick Jensen's back on the puck. Jensen feeds it up for Orlov. Dmitry Orlov. Got it across in the wing, and it's skated in as it's thrown right on net. Oh, that was a big save by Montemo on the redirect. Ovechkin had his shot blocked. Canadians back on the attack again. Here comes Hoffman, and they get crossed up at the line, and that's an offside.
What a great opportunity for Slafkovsky to get his first goal. And of course, the brunt of the work down low. Gallagher gets in there on the forecheck. He'll dust up a lot of pucks. There's a two-man forecheck down low, and Dvorak gets it right out to Slafkovsky, who's in the right place, in the best offensive spot and the best defensive spot. He gets a good opportunity, and there the tip by Strome. And Montembeault with the big save. A little grin there. He knows that is a grade A spot to be in, and I'm sure he saw net. He just didn't hit the spot.
Puck tipped in by Marcus Johansson. Thrown on net. Montembeault to stop. Comes up with a rebound, and he makes a save as Johansson then flipped it wide. Montembeault, after seeing Kemper make a couple saves early on, has had to be sharp here for a couple of Washington chances. Wideman up onto the wing, cut off by Van Riemsdyk. Into the corner, Wideman off the boards, broken up. Johansson's got it, fed the point. Walking in with a chance is Gustafsson, and he's steered away. Protas checked back to the net by Jackson. Comes free, Van Riemsdyk, first shot on net. Montembeault has got it, and he holds on.
Well, last night it was Jake Allen with a clean slate, 25 saves in the first, and tonight Sam Montembeault with 6 of his own, as he's going to 0 on the board still.
Brought to you by Tylenol Rapid Release Gel Caps. Now, when you think of Alex Ovechkin and his career, one thing is going to come to mind. It is the goal scoring. 780 goals as he chases down Wayne Gretzky for the most all time. But this is a guy who has played a long career doing it the hard way. A physical, big, imposing force. Had 9 hits in his first game this season, 4 in the second game, 13 already this season. He's not scoring yet this season, but he's doing a lot of things right, guys.
You know, so much. Almost right there.
He almost had it right there, right off the draw. Now Monahan knocks it around the boards. Comes out at center. That one is away from Dadonov. Tried to catch up to it, but Carlson will clear it out. Kovacevic got it out over the line. Connor Brown there to pick it up for Washington. Almost backhanded in. Ovechkin after the puck and on the body of David Savard. Onto the wing, here comes Kirby Dach with it. Dach will feed it across, off the stick of Kovacevic, fired in by Dadonov, went right off the leg of Feravari, kicks all the way back down the ice for Ovechkin. He's knocked down as he tries to dump it off into the Canadian zone, and he's successful in doing so, and he'll head off for a change.
It's a nice job by Harris to stand up there and not give Ovechkin the turn up and time to look for somebody coming into the zone, because there was traffic coming in. He takes away his time and space and breaks the play down.
Kovacevic back on it once again. Former Ottawa Junior Senator and Hawkesbury Hawks alumni, but here's Oshie fanning on a pass from Kuznetsov. TJ Oshie works it back for Kuznetsov. Tried to throw it in front, taken away by Nick Suzuki. He'll hand it off for Caulfield. Caulfield lifts it into the corner. After it goes Nick Suzuki, bats it behind the net. Jensen takes the hit from Anderson in on the forecheck, and the Capitals will ice the puck.
The one thing Washington hasn't done well in their first 2 games is win faceoffs. They've only got 1 centerman above 40%. But right here, this little scramble draw is going to land right on the stick of the most dangerous guy in the National Hockey League as far as scoring goals is, and that's Alexander Ovechkin with the quick release. And then there's the job by Harris I was talking about. You know, you don't give good players time and space. If you do, you really get burnt. Good job by him to take it away on Ovi.
Jensen gets it out to center. Savard trying to play it up the middle, broke it up. Oshie will dump it in. Capitals go for a change. Caden Cooley on the puck. Cooley up for Slavkovsky. He'll dump it in. Kepler lets it go for Van Riemsdyk. Gallagher gets in the way. Hands it off for Dvorak. Back along the boards. Cut off though. The Capitals will bring it back out to center. Here comes Connor Sheary with it. Turnover. Gallagher will force it back the other way, but Van Riemsdyk is there to get it for Washington. Now it is brought back in again by Connor Sheary. Jack out of the way, then he's bumped back in the net by Garnet Hathaway. Up fake to the point. Here's Gustafsson. Trying to get away from Gallagher. Dropped it off. Down throws it towards the net. Puck swung back to the line. Down was there waiting for it, but Dvorak got out of the way. Slavkovsky will clear it out. And it's back into the Washington zone. Team's got a change as Gustafsson will hold on to the puck. Here comes Carlson with it. He'll dump it in. After it goes Harris. Poked away off his stick by Protas. Lars Eller stops in the corner. Tries to shake off Drouin. Johansson back to the point for Carlson. Dumped in deep behind the net for Lars Eller. Eller tried to get in front and couldn't get a handle on it. Then got knocked down from the line. It's a drive. Ferravari's shot is deflected and it ends up into row 6.
Just a little break in the action to remind you that the DraftKings Sportsbook app is available to download right now. Back to the game we love.
I heard some reporters asking Marty St. Louis, you know, how he wanted to rate his team so far. And he goes, look, it's not a big enough sample size, but deep down inside, they've played 6 periods, now almost 7 periods of hockey, and I'll say 5 of the 6 have not been bad at all. They had the one shaky one last night in Detroit, and where Detroit had their home opener and came out really loaded and fired 25 shots at him. But after that, Montreal settled in, played a pretty decent game. And I think the game against Toronto was pretty good 3 periods. So far, I think Marty St. Louis has to believe his team has come ready to play.
Here's Evans holding on to it. Played it off for Hoffman, back to the line, and it's chipped into the corner. Jonathan Drouin comes up with a puck. Hands it off for Hoffman. Tries the shot, but Carlson got his stick in the lane and deflects it out of play. Alexander Ovechkin, looking for his first of the season, had a chance, but he's denied, and nobody's on the board yet in Washington on Hockey Night in Canada.
Alex Ovechkin so far this season. You don't often see him take hits, but how about this in training camp? Nick Dowd with the reverse hit on Ovi. It's not very often you see a star player like that get hit in training camp, guys.
No, you don't. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
That you don't hit your star player, because you do not want to hurt him. I remember being in a training camp game, and the teams were all split up, and somebody ran Ray Bourque, and Cam Neely, who was on the other team, jumped a guy that was on his team.
On his own team. Yeah.
You don't hit that guy.
Here's Kirby Dach, flips it towards the net, and it's steered out of play by Darcy Kemper. The NLTS continues with Game 4 between the Dodgers and Padres. San Diego has a chance to wrap this one up. You can catch it tonight at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on Sportsnet 360 and Sportsnet Now.
Well, the one thing that will hide some imperfections and possibly some young players on the back end for Montreal is getting really top-end goaltending, and I think that's the one thing thus far, Montreal's gotten great goaltending. And they're going to need that moving forward, because your goaltender can hide some imperfections. It really helps to build confidence in your young players.
Kirby Dach with a chance at the side of the net. Now Monahan parks in front, trying to get the feed from Dadonov below the goal line. Washington will bring it out, though. Anthony Mantha stopped at center. Orlov follows up. Tipped it into the wing. Oshie goes after it. Kuznets out there as well. They go to the corner. And thrown out front as Dach is bumped, knocked down. He'll draw the penalty, and Mantha will touch the puck for the whistle, and the Canadians will get the first power play of the night.
Well, not hard to see that one coming. Both hands went up immediately by both officials. As right in the middle of the ice, you're going to see Dach get this play. Nice outlet pass right there, and Orlov, who commits. And when you are skating towards something and you're committed, if that person makes a slight shift like Dach did, you don't want to lose him. And the thing you do is you normally stick out a limb, and that's what he did, and that's the penalty. And the Canadians, who are looking for their first power play goal of the season, will go on the power play.
0 for 7 so far this year. And the second lowest power play percentage in the league last season. They went 0 for 13 through 4 games of 21-22 before scoring their first power play goal in their 5th game. Can they get it tonight? As Wideman's drive is kicked out, big rebound. Caulfield will hold it. Dropped it back for Anderson. Thrown over to Wideman. Caulfield toppled it off the boards. Hands it off into the corner. Little give and go. Monahan now back to the line. Here's Nick Suzuki walking in. Drops it off. Anderson fires. Knocked down by Darcy Kemper. Connor Sheary will get it, and he'll send it down the ice. Here comes Wideman with it. Wideman drops it back for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki works his way up the middle. Got it out for Anderson. Jensen is there, by Suzuki, and the puck gets fired back down the ice.
When the puck starts out with a face-off in the offensive zone and Montreal gets possession, they get set up pretty good. But it's entering into the zone and executing, getting set up from the entry is where they've struggled early, and that's something they've got to figure out.
Hoffman swings it back for Jonathan Drouin. On to Kirby Dach. Dach checks up on the boards, played it into the skates of Drouin. He'll feed the point for Hoffman. Dvorak dropped it back. Hoffman for Drouin. Jonathan Drouin looks to the net. Feeds it back across. Here's Hoffman at the line with it for Kirby Dach. Dach waits. Back to Hoffman. Pass across. Drouin, no shot. Now throws it towards the net. And that ends up over the glass and out of play.
this second unit for the Montreal Canadiens is missing one thing, and that's a defenseman. All 5 players are forwards. You don't see that very often. Normally a coach will like to have one little safety valve in the unit, but right here the Montreal Canadiens, they got Weidman on their first unit, and then it's Hoffman on the back end as he slides this to Drouin, and he just kind of fakes it like he's going to one-time it, and he tries to go back across the back door. It didn't work out. You know, I'd like to see Slafkovsky maybe get on this second unit. You know, give him a run at some of the spots. He's your first overall pick. He's got some offensive talent. Give him a chance to have some time to handle a puck, make some plays. It'd be interesting to see if Marty St. Louis at some point gives him an opportunity to play some power play.
Had a good look at the scoring chance earlier in the game tonight.
Well, you know he's got an offensive upside. He's got a great set of skill sets. He's a big guy, too, so he can be down low.
Scramble off the draw. Puck comes to the line, kept in by Weidman. They'll send it across. Caulfield on the goal line, throws it on net. Kemper with a stop, and then he dives on it in the crease.
You look at a guy like Josh Anderson who camps out in front of Kemper. He's a big body, he's hard to move. And that's why I said a guy like Slafkovsky, big guy, hard to move. And when those guys are down there, they take up a lot of attention. And that allows a guy like Caulfield to get a puck above the goal line. And because he's a right-hand shot, he's got scoring capability above the goal line, even though his feet are below the goal line. And he lays that at the net. And Kemper does a nice job of not only stopping it, but freezing the rebound with Anderson sitting right there on the doorstep.
12 seconds to go in the power play. Nick Suzuki won the draw. Here's Weidman. Lays it off for Caulfield. Pressured by Carlson. Anderson in to help out. Puck cleared away from in front of the net by Faravari and down the ice, and that'll do it for the power play. 3 shots for the Canadiens on that man advantage. Caulfield works his way up through center, flipped it in off the boards. Hits the brakes to escape Protas, and now it's turned over, and the Capitals bring it back. Here comes Ovechkin. Alexander Ovechkin trying to feed it in front, intended for Dylan Strome. Gustafsson fires, scores! Gustafsson shot tipped in front by Alexander Ovechkin. He's got his first of the season, and the Capitals are on the board.
Well, Caulfield tries to make a play deep into the zone when players are going to the net, and he turns it over, and off the turnover, here comes Ovechkin. He tries to slice it through, but it bounces back to the point, and then again around the wall. And this shot that's meant to go wide, it wasn't a shot on net. This is a great shot from Gustafsson, shooting wide of the net, and it just bounces off of Ovechkin. It could have very well hit Kovacic as well, but it doesn't. It bounces off the grade 8. Goal scorers have a way of having pucks like puck magnets. Pucks just hit them, follow them, and for the guy with a whole bunch of goals, he gets his first of the year and his first point. But again, I think it was Caulfield trying to make something out of nothing, and where you might have a challenge here on an offside.
And that is going to be the case. Well, it was Wednesday night where Martin St. Louis decided not to challenge an offside late in the third period. Tonight, he will here in the first.
Well, you see Ovechkin, this is on the original rush, and Protas is coming in on the other side, and it looks like he does precede it from that angle, but again, we're looking at that angle from depth behind it. We're not looking along the blue line where the NHL will be looking at those offside cameras, and they're going to get a much better look at that, but it looks from that backside that Protas goes in a little bit ahead of Ovechkin.
Quick review from linesman Steve Barton and C.J. Murray.
Well, he picked the puck up, so it's offside. I mean, he picked it right up off the center dot.
It was determined that it was offside. Therefore, the call of the ice is going to be overturned. We got no goal. Please reset the clock at 6 minutes, 40
Good
seconds.
call by Marty St. Louis, and if you're Peter Laviolette, you're going, you got to be kidding me. We finally get a goal, and we get a lead in the game, and it's gone like that. And that will test the intestinal fortitude of the Washington Capitals, who nothing has seemed to have gone right through these first 2 games, and now a disallowed goal in the third one.
And the Canadiens trying to avoid allowing the first goal of the game again. They've done that in both of their games this season. They've trailed first in 54 games since the start of the 21-22 season, the second most in the NHL.
Well, you can get scored on as long as you don't let the game get away from you. And I think when I spoke about their goaltending earlier, their goaltending has allowed them to be in the games, stay in these tight games, and they've shown some pretty good resilience giving up the late goal to Toronto by Nylander, then coming right back and getting the game winner. So this is a team that knows they're not expected to make the playoffs, and other teams think it's going to be easy pickings, so you've got that advantage coming in if you're ready to go.
Canadians were 6-38-8 when trailing after the first period last season. Always chasing the game a little, that doesn't help. Here comes Kuznetsov. He'll drop it off into the skates of Oshie, and they lost it. Slavkovsky will get it out. It's poked forward by Evans. Out of the net comes Darcy Kempler, and he'll swipe it away off for Nick Jensen. Pass got away from Oshie. Back down the ice. Here's Kovacevic. Shot it in his own end. Feed it back to the net. Savard will set it up. Drouin knocks it into the Capital zone. Gallagher goes after it. Got it in front of the net, but Protas is there to knock it away. Johansson will carry it through center and lift it into the corner. Feravari goes after it. Up by Weidman. Zeller up with the puck. Eller trying to move it. Tangled up along the boards. Comes free. Johansson back to the goal. Kicks it around in the corner. Weidman watching him closely. Hands it off for Karlsson with a drive, and it sails over the net off the glass, and then is knocked into the Canadiens bench and out of play. Alexander Ovechkin thought he had his first of the season getting the Capitals on the board. But no, sir. It's an offside, and it's 0-0 in Washington.
A tough break for the Washington Capitals, but the blue line camera doesn't lie as we take another look at Alex Ovechkin's goal that ultimately was called off. Right there you see it is offside. But it's only a matter of time, though, before he gets his first of the season, because it usually doesn't take him long to get that first one. The longest he has gone without scoring a goal in his season, well, it ultimately went to the 5th game just one time, guys.
Another face-off win for Sean Monahan here as the Canadiens battle for the puck in their own end.
Protas is 6'6" length. That didn't help him crossing that line. He's gaining strides on Ovi with that kind of reach with his legs.
Puck chipped in as Kirby Dach went after it. Monahan had to go off his skate. Out cleared away to center. Harris got up with Dylan Strome. Strome knocks it free. Trying to get it back in front. It's into the foot of Harris, and he'll roll around for Monahan. Now back for Harris again. Tipped across. Kovacevic is there, and he'll work it out to center. Doc trying to play it, but it's loose, and Alexander Ovechkin will feed it back into his own end. Canadians on a change. Jensen trying to get it up for Ovechkin, and it's off his stick and into the seats.
This is a little break in the action to remind you that the DraftKings Sportsbook app is available to download right now. Back to the game we love.
The one thing you know about Alexander Ovechkin is he's not going to be derailed by that. You know, he's got a really strong presence on the ice. If he's not scoring goals, you mentioned Mac earlier, he's throwing body checks. He's a guy who's involved in the game at every aspect, so it's just a matter of time, and when he scores them, he can score them in bunches.
Here's Josh Anderson trying to get it in front. Taken away by Mantha. Dmitry Orlov on the puck. He'll jump it in. Brings it around the boards. Oshie goes after it. Fed it back for Mantha. Josh Anderson is there. Gave it back, and here's Cooley to Savard. Onto the wing for Caulfield. He'll tip it in. Nick Suzuki after the puck behind the goal, but Jensen will feed it off for Kuznetsov. Now Mantha with it. Played it back to the middle, nobody home in a red sweater, so Caulfield will clear it away, and then Orlov steps into Nick Suzuki at center ice. Orlov surveys the ice, feeds it ahead, coming in is Hathaway, and he's stopped. Weidman up with the puck. Feeds it across at center, it's knocked down by Hoffman, and then he lost his footing. Hoffman after it. Played it back into his own end. Jack-I will get it over to Weidman. Out to center, and Feravari will ring it right back in. Hoffman after the puck. Tipped it for Jack-I, and he throws a reverse hit on Hathaway, but Hathaway right back on it, trying to get it in front. Now Evans will skate it out for the Canadiens. Jake Evans gets it into the Capital zone. Gallagher on it. He's bumped, couldn't get a shot. Capitals bring it back up. Here's Faravari, drops it off. Shot right on net. Montembeault the stop. And it goes back to the goal as Nick Dowd tries to play it. Had some help from Connor Sheary. Sheary throws it on net. That stop. Dowd on it in the corner. Being watched by Harris. And he's forced to work it to center as Faravari has to back up with it. Martin Faravari. Will feed it back, and it's worked up through center by Gustafsson. Dumped in by the Capitals. Slavkovsky. Tangled up by Protas. Feeds it back. Kovacevic has got it. They'll get it off the glass and out. They'll skip back into the Washington zone, and Gallagher brings it back in, but it came out, and that ends up being an offside.
Well, Dmitry Orlov has really blossomed into a really good National Hockey League defender. He can play at offense, he can play defense, and he's got a bit of a mean disposition to him at times. He can get a bit down ugly on you. That was a really solid hit on Suzuki, who's a pretty shifty guy at best, and then they come down and then develop a scoring chance. Carlson gets a pretty good shot on net there, and Montembeault, who's faced 10 so far in this period, has been absolutely perfect.
Van Riemsdyk. Got it up ahead, tipped in by Strome. Played off the boards and back out. Gallagher is on it. Feeds it back for Kovacevic. And that'll be an icing call against the Canadiens.
I really felt like we were going to see a bit of a tsunami from the Washington Capitals tonight. Their coach has been talking for a couple days now how unhappy he is with the way they've started, how they're playing, the mistakes they're making, their lack in the power play of getting any offense going, and their 5-on-5 play. I really thought we were going to see a tsunami from Washington tonight. They were going to just storm the castle and really attack Montreal, but this has been about a back and forth period, very evenly balanced period here in period one.
Ovechkin has it in his skates. Now it is played across as Connor Brown will try to dump it back for Strome. That was broken up by Dvorak. Slavkovsky holds off Brown, got it to center. Gallagher got a piece of it. Then Riemsdyk on the puck. Here's Ovechkin. Snaps it on net, and Montembeault has got it in his glove.
Well, it always favors the home team sitting at home waiting for the team that's playing, you know, back-to-back nights and coming in here, and you think they're going to be a bit tired, but it's early in the season. Guys are pretty fresh. New bodies coming in for Montreal and Drouin coming in for Pitlick, but both coaches have made, like I said earlier, some cosmetic changes. They just moved some pieces around and trying to find some chemistry. It's fairly early in the season, so you're willing to try some different things.
Here's Caden Cooley after the puck. Got it up on the wing, and it's tipped out at center. It's hopping around there, but Oshie now will bring it in the final minute for Orlov. Dmitry Orlov drops it back into the corner. Connor Sheary goes after it. Oshie trying to spin away there from Harris, who knocked him down, and it's brought back out as Kirby Dach will send it across for Caden Cooley. Cooley holds up at the line. He'll lift it in as Dach was ahead of the play. Montreal clears his zone as Orlov has got it. Kuznetsov up the middle on his own, flips it in, then goes after it, but he's held back. Now he's got it again, trying to center for Sheary. For Oshie, going to the net, and he's stuck. Can't get in front of the goal. Anderson knocks that one down, tried to catch up to it, couldn't get by Jensen. Kuznetsov will clear it out. Johansson, the final 10 seconds. Drops it back along the boards, thrown to the net. Montembeault will stop. Oshie in front, trying to find it. And Suzuki has got it. He's bumped by Carlson, and that'll do it as period number one comes to a close. 12-8 the shots in favor of Washington in that opening period as the goaltenders at both ends of the ice a little busy with a couple of big saves. To the point coming up in our first intermission. Scoreless through 20 in Washington on Hockey Night in Canada.
It's To the Point with Jen, Kelly, and Kevin, and a couple of things on the Toronto-Ottawa matchup before we get to that power play goal by Ottawa. The matchups, and Jake Sanderson caught your eye.
Yeah, Jake Sanderson, I wish we would have showed some of his clips from his first NHL game, because making a lot of simple plays and building trust in the coaching staff to put him out there. He's out in the last minute of the game. Now he's on the second unit power play. He gets his first assist that we're going to show in a little bit, but look really good again for another period.
And DJ Smith also going with that fourth line against Matthews.
So I noticed it, but Simmer also noticed it, and he made mention of it. The 5 shifts that we all counted where that fourth line did a pretty good job holding Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. Like, moving forward, I think you're not going to see that matchup as much because you're playing with fire, but certainly Toronto should have came out with at least a goal that period.
Okay, that's a lot. Go ahead, show your power play goal.
Me again, eh?
Yeah, it's you too.
So as far as like taking what you get and moving the puck with a purpose, it's a great power play. So they're moving around, they're picking on Kampf. That's why he's highlighted. Watch all the skating he does. Sucks him in low to high, right? And this puck comes over, and now we're going to establish a shot from the point. That's Jake Sanderson. That's important because you can't just pass the puck around and not shoot. You got to keep the penalty killers honest. Again, suck in the penalty killer. Now, when this goes to Drew, Kampf is a little late going over there because, 1, it's a great pass, but 2, he's tired.
And Drew, some great touches, great decision-making with the passes. And for Stützle, we talked about him before the game. Here's a guy, he's going to make exciting things happen on the ice. Great composure with the puck, spins around Matthews, enters the zone, draws the pressure, and dishes at just the right time. And this one, again, heads-up play, complete awareness, just a little cutback, and a beautiful passing play with Tkachuk and Batherson that leads to a quality scoring chance. So really dynamic player, great awareness and crisp passing.
Imagine that. I'm going to talk goaltending. Leafs, Samsonov. So you think about, he's only played 4 periods, so you don't want to be too critical, but the 3 goals that he's given up all have gone through him, and that's what really bugs goaltenders. So here's the first one by Dowd. You can tell by the reaction from Samsonov, he wasn't happy. Johansson later in the game, same thing, right through him. Now this one tonight, it's a great shot. It's a great release by Pinto, but if you look at it, basically hits the middle of the net. Kind of goes through him. So he's not going to be overly happy with that. But having said that, come on. Give him a break, Kevin.
Can I ask Kelly a question?
Sure.
I know I'm not the host, but I think I've asked this before. With Murray being out, and we don't know how long, would that give Samsonov confidence, or would that make him think, oh my God, like there's no safety net?
I've been in that situation where I was taking over from Billy Smith, and same thing. I was like both excited and both nervous.
Back to you, Ron.
Thank you, Kevin. The goalie's great in the game at Washington tonight, and Allen's been amazing, Montalbaum, and the captain, Suzuki's a big story there. Whereas over in Winnipeg, Rick Bowness, and by the way, hello to Rick, he's feeling great.
Yeah, good.
Well, not great, but he's getting great. And he decided not to go with the captain at the start. Obviously, Daryl Sutter, same decision. Here's Daryl Sutter of the Calgary Flames.
It's really, really difficult to be a captain of a hockey team in Canada. It's totally different than if you're in the Sun or somewhere where it's not a hockey market. This is totally different. There's a lot of pressure. You just don't say, well, that's our captain. So it's way different in the league. That's why not every team has a captain, quite honest, because it's a big burden. You want the player to be a really good player. You don't want him to be carrying the cross around all the time.
Couple things. If you're a leader and you want to be in that position to be the voice, then if you have the right person, but you don't want to just name a captain for the sake of naming a captain. I feel like now it's more about the leadership group, and the ones that are successful, it's a number of voices. It's just not one voice that they're hearing in a locker room. I feel like it's the same for coaching staff. Your assistant coaches have to have a voice. So I feel like teams now, it's more about collaboration than only one person to represent your team and to lead your team.
Word that stuck out for me, burden, and that's what I think it is. And so you have to have the right person that can handle all the situations when there's turmoil all around. Now, I was spoiled. My first 3 captains, Dennis Potvin, Brent Sutter, Wayne Gretzky. Doesn't get any better than that. Great leadership at the top.
So I coach at a really high level right now, U15 AAA, high school hockey, and what I did this year is co-captains. It's more of a college thing, but to alleviate the burden, 2 captains, right? Spread the burden out a little bit in the Canadian city. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Well, we have 2 captains on this show, but one of them's going to do Monday nights instead, just because he has a fancy new studio. David Amber, how about Monday nights? What's up?
Hey, Ron, I'm definitely going to miss the magic of Saturday nights, but I am excited about our new show, Rogers Monday Night Hockey, here in our new Rogers virtual studio. Great matchups on the first Monday. Coyotes, Leafs, Penguins, and Habs. Our coverage starts at 6:30 Eastern, and we have some new voices as well. Anson Carter, Cassie Campbell-Pascal, and yes, the rookie, Keith Yandel. Ron.
David, really excited for Monday night's the national broadcast and for you to join us in the playoffs and on special occasions, of course. Eli Palfreyman, captain of the Air Centennials, passed away a month ago. And I remember his great-grandfather, Dalt, had one of the most beautiful lines. Don't ask me how he died. Ask me how he lived. And everybody loved the way he lived. Joe Serpa over at the Kitchener Rangers to sit with Brett, Eli's dad, and see Brett cheer for you, Joe. It's going to be great. Scott Walker coached Eli, U14, U15, U16 in Cambridge with a powerful Hawks team. Scott Walker's over in Guelph where 4 of his buddies play. Eli was one of those great captains who, he wasn't entering the fray. He was the fray. Eli, you showed us in life and in hockey the way to play. Much love to you and your family. Tammy, Eli, Brett, Ella, the Palfreymans. We love you. Little jump up going on in Studio 31, I can see. Cabral Richards, over to you, my G.
Thank you, man. I'm at the SM Bets Big Board, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook. We have some action, courtesy of Shane Pinto, scoring your second career goal, assisted by Claude Giroux. Well done, sir. Right now, the Senators are a small favorite at -110. Now, on the other side, the Capitals are looking to win their first game this season. The last time Washington started 0-3 was 2012. They're still heavily favored, though, at -265 on the money line, which is an implied winning probability of 73%. You have to wager $2.65 to win $1. You can get in on the action on DraftKings Sportsbook tonight. Use the QR code to download the app. Back to you, Ron.
Cheers, Cabby. We have 1-0 in the Toronto-Ottawa game. Pinto has the goal and 0-0 in the other after 20 minutes in DC and TO on Hockey Night in Canada.
Where a waved-off Alex Ovechkin goal keeps us scoreless as we get you set for the second period. It's an exciting time for linesman C.J. Murray, who was promoted full-time to the NHL this season. Unfortunately, his welcome to the NHL moment wasn't a very pleasant one. Breaking up a fight in preseason, Murray ate a hard right directly to the face. Now, it comes with the territory, but John Gary, that likely did not feel very good at all.
Took it like a champ, though. Now he's in the show full time.
He didn't go down.
No, he didn't go down.
I mean, he can take a punch. You got to give him that, and it won't be the last one he takes. That's another thing I'll tell you. And when you get into the mix-up with these guys who are throwing these haymakers, and they're looking at landing it in one particular spot, but they're not always so accurate. But good on him to take it and continue moving on. And we're looking for our first goal in this game. One team desperate, starving for a win. They haven't won yet. And again, a decent first period, but not like I said, not that really crazy attack I was expecting to see from the Caps early.
Just like the youth of players, you get youth and officials that get to step in, as Brad Myers, Steve Miller, Dean Morton, and Vaughn Rhodey had all retired at the end of last season. So that opens up opportunities for new officials in the National Hockey League.
Well, you all know how hard the players travel and getting in late at night. All these referees and linesmen, their travel is insane. It's worse than being a player. These guys are on the road a ton, and they don't get off the ice and rest in between shifts. They're going all night long. Incredible skaters. They do a wonderful job. We don't always like the calls, but you got to really tip your hat to them.
Montembeault will flip it around the glass. Dadonov tips it out at center. Carlson is there. Flips it back in. It's knocked down by Caden Cooley. Cooley will get it back a second time. Beats it up the middle. Went off the stick of Kirby Dach. Caravari to Connor Brown. Checked off the puck by Josh Anderson. Alexander Ovechkin will dump it in. Goes off the outside of the net. And Caden Cooley's back on it. Played it around for Monahan. Sean Monahan up at center for Savard, dropped it off. Nick Suzuki walks in with a shot, and Kemper got a piece of that. Ovechkin will feed it up ahead. Hathaway has got it. Garnet Hathaway played along the line, broke it up. Josh Anderson back on the attack for Montreal. Swung it back for Arber Xhekaj and went off his foot. Hustling after the puck is Orlov. Feeds it behind his own net. Off the glass, away from Hathaway and out. Arber Xhekaj there again, and he'll come up with it for the Canadians. Played it in over the line. Here's Anderson with a shot that goes wide. Nick Suzuki works it around the boards. Coming in from the point is Wideman. Back deep for Suzuki. Up high. Jackeye tried to get it through. Went off a few skates and changed direction. Josh Anderson back of the goal. Hands it out for Cole Caulfield. He's the point. Jackeye fires off the leg in front. Here's Suzuki. Stops. Tries to shake off the check of Jensen. Right in front. Scores! How about that goal by the captain? His first of the season. Nick Suzuki tucks it in.
I think Arber Xhekaj is going to get his first National Hockey League point here, and right away Caulfield picked the puck up. That'll be given to the trainers, and that will be put aside for Arber Xhekaj here. The shot to the net, it doesn't get through, it hits Orlov, but good on Suzuki to search that puck out. It's a 50-50 puck, it's up for grabs, and you've got to win those 50-50 puck battles. He beats Jensen to it, the little spinorama behind the net, and then he comes right around on his forehand. And when you look where Dowd is, Dowd doesn't come down to help Jensen. He's clearly beat last in, last out. You can't get in ahead of him behind the net. And I think at that point, Dowd had to realize he needed to come down and shut that off. And out of the back of the net comes Suzuki. And that's a real nice goal on the wraparound.
21 goals last season for Nick Suzuki. He's got his first as the captain of the Montreal Canadiens. 31st captain, youngest in Montreal history, and the first Montreal captain born in Ontario since Kurt Muller. And he's got the opening goal of the game as Darcy Kemper steers it aside and Oshie will clear it away. For the first time this season, the Canadiens get the opening goal as Kuznetsov comes back the other way and it's blocked. Savard checked in the corner. Slavkovsky tried to dig it out, but it's Oshie that's on it. Dvorak going after it as Cooley ties up Mantha, and it's cleared away with Brendan Gallagher on it. They'll roll it back to the Washington line, and it's Carlson that'll hand it up for Kuznetsov. Connects, and a good attempt there by Protas down the wing, but a stick broke. Lars Eller after the puck. Left it for Protas. He's got a new one, and this shot missed on the short side. Johansson feeds it off for Protas. Fed along the line. Ferravari with a shot right off the skate of Savard in front. He'll clear it down the ice, and it will end up being an icing call.
The one thing about this goal by Nick Suzuki is normally on a wraparound, you're trying to jam the puck in tight against the post in the goalie's skate. He doesn't. He comes out a lot farther. First, we'll take you back a little bit. Here he is. Good history is for the Montreal Canadiens captain. He has taken the torch from Weber, and he's accepted it, and he's going to be a wonderful captain. He's certainly young at 23 years of age. But boy, he's been through a lot already with these Montreal Canadiens, and he's proven that he's a playoff performer. He's a consistent player, and boy, he's going to be a wonderful captain. Right there is a great sign. But what a nice wraparound. He brings it out just a little farther than the post, and that allows that 5-hole to open up because Kemper's thinking he's going to jam it, and he finds that hole and buries it.
Otis back in the net, will hand it off. Johansson checked in the corner. Feeds it up. Lars Eller to the point. It got away from Carlson. It comes out at center. Arber Xhekaj does indeed get his first NHL assist for his first NHL point.
There's got to be some kind of feeling, though, lighting that torch as a Montreal Canadian captain. I mean, you're out there, and it's got to be exciting. This is a storied franchise. And
here's Hoffman with a shot, and it sails wide.
That's a great tradition that they do there.
Jonathan Drouin back to the net. Evans tried to get it in front. Comes free for Alexander Ovechkin. Ovechkin to center. He's being chased by Hoffman. Now Dylan Strome will tip it in. Connor Brown after the puck. One hand on the stick, trying to get it in front, but he's knocked down. As Drouin will play it around the wing. Olaf dropped it back. Strome on it once again. Now Hoffman has got it back. Play it off for Harris. Here comes Harris down the wing. Harris with a snapshot. Off the foot and into the corner. Monahan tried to feed it back to the goal, but it was cut off. Here's Connor Brown with it. Brown will flip it into the corner. Harris goes after the puck. And away with it. Comes Dadonov. Can't get it in over the line. It's turned back. Monahan reaching for it. Can't catch up to it. Anthony Mantha will find it. Played it off for Oshie. Tangled up by Kovacevic. Now Ball comes loose onto the wing, and it's put free to center, and Ferravari is there. He's got Kirby Dach all over him, and Ferravari holds him off. Worked it in over the line, and it's flipped back to center and all the way into the Washington zone. Canadians on a change as Gustafsson got it ahead for Oshie at the Montreal line. Caden Cooley on the puck. He'll hit the brakes. Plays it over to Savard, who knocks it down. Savard skates it in. Savard to the net, and he lost the puck as he tried to make a move at the last minute there. I don't think he thought he was going to have that kind of a chance. Montembeault trying to play. Caulfield will pick it up. Feeds it back around, and Savard will hand it off for Cooley. Left it to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield cuts in, trying to scratch out, and that one went off the leg of Orlov. Nick Suzuki holds the zone momentarily, but Capitals are right back on it as Dmitry Orlov will get it to center. Stopped by Wideman, he'll bat it in. Suzuki trying to catch up to the puck. Orlov will hold him off around back of the net. Carlson has it in his feet. Suzuki right on him, and Dowdle working around the wing. Connor Shuey trying to get a piece of it. Caulfield tripped up. Penalty coming up here as Gallagher's drive is steered away. Montembeault onto the bench for the extra attacker, but the puck is touched by Nick Dowd. And it will be a power play for the Canadiens.
Well, a good two-man forecheck by Suzuki and Caulfield leads to a good pinch by Wideman, and all that creates that penalty right there on the trip on Caulfield.
Canada continues tonight with the first Battle of Alberta of the season as the Flames visit the Oilers. Coming up at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sportsnet, CBC, and Sportsnet Now. And After Hours with Scott Oaken, Dylan Holloway, and Leon Draisaitl.
Coaches say you have to work hard to draw penalties, and Suzuki and Caulfield are below the goal line, and because they are, it's a telegraph hard around, and because it's telegraphed, Wideman knows it's coming, so he goes down hard on Sheary. Sheary has no chance of getting that puck out. It turns into a Gallagher chance and a penalty on Connor Sheary, and that's all because there's a good hard work down low for the puck. They battled hard for it. They end up taking drawing a penalty, and now we'll see if their power play can't find a way to give them a 2-goal lead here.
There comes Jonathan Drouin with it. Dropped it back for Hoffman. Mike Hoffman gains the line, left it for Dvorak. Played over for Drouin. Back to Hoffman. Drouin sends it across. Dvorak goes down low, gets the pass, tried to feed it back in front for Gallagher on a bump play, but it doesn't work. And Jensen will clear it down the ice. Drouin leaves it back for Hoffman. Mike Hoffman sends it over to Kirby Dach. They gain the Washington zone. Sets it up on the boards. Feeds it back to the point. Here's Hoffman up with it. Hoffman with a wrist shot. It's off the leg, and it floats high, and it's over the glass.
Well, good decision by Hoffman. He's coming up the ice. Everyone's reading that drop, that slingshot drop they throw, and then they back off, the penalty killers. But instead, he realizes Washington has taken away that, and it's a nice, easy saucer to Kirby Dach, who enters the zone. And that's the entries that I was talking about earlier. The more good, solid execution entries their power play can get going into the zone, the better chance they have of setting up in the power play, having some sort of success. In the first one, in the first period, they had 3 shots on net. 3 pretty good shots. That's not a bad power play. Yeah, you didn't score, but you had some opportunity, and their entries have been better.
Lars Eller will take the face-off against Nick Suzuki, and the Canadiens win it. Wideman trying to work it along the boards. It's broken up, and the Capitals clear it. As Caulfield will go back for it. Montembeault hands it off for him. Wideman up with the puck. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Monahan with it. Dropped it back. Suzuki winds his way through center into the Washington zone. Left it for Caulfield. Drops it off the boards. Intended for Wideman. Broken up by Lars Eller. He'll get it over to Nick Dowd. Dowd back across for Lars Eller with a shot. Stopped by Montembeault. Rebound in front. Dowd. Great chance. And a great save made by Samuel Montembeault.
Turnovers are killers, and I mentioned earlier Caulfield had one in the first period, which led to the Ovechkin goal, which didn't count because of the offside. And here he has another one where he gets into the zone, and these are what I call just soft, hopeful passes, and they never get to where they're going. And good job by the Capitals to turn it around and take it down the other end. And Eller makes the short side shot, but then he gets his own rebound as he travels around the back of the net. He's got a guy out in front by the name of Nick Dowd. He's in the slot wide open, but nice job by Montembeault to come across and make that save.
Wideman being pressured here by Kuznetsov. And Caulfield will drop it back. Nick Suzuki hands it off to Wideman. Back for Suzuki. Gains the line. Nick Suzuki trying to drive the goal. Knocked down by Van Riemsdyk. Loose puck along the boards. Kuznetsov is there, and he'll work it out for Jensen. Jensen now in over the line. Cuts to the net. Dropped it back, and it's fired over the goal by Connor Brown. He had Sheary out of the box and on the wing with him. Jensen up with it again. Throws it in front. Scores! Connor Sheary taps it in. Second of the year for Connor Sheary, and the game is tied at 1.
Well, certainly if you don't want your power play, if it doesn't score, you don't want it to hurt you. And I thought Montreal left the Washington Capitals some offensive flurries off their penalty killing, and Connor Brown there with the first one as he cuts to the net along with Connor Sheary. And then here, Jensen just rolls and rolls out the side. Two really good rushes and attack points by Jensen. But this time he finds Sheary driving to the net. Good job by Brown in front with Gouli. And then coming down low is Anderson, who just doesn't take Sheary strong enough. He's a big, strong guy. You got to get position on Sheary as he gets inside on him and tips that into the net.
Love the goal song, too. Drew, a little Frankie Valli and Sheary in the background. Canadians work it back behind the net. Orlov is there. Picked up by Dadonov, though, to the point. And a shot by Kovacevic is tipped wide. Orlov has got it. Up the middle, and it's brought in over the line. And Washington put themselves offside. A little drop pass by Dylan Strome.
Great job by Jensen. I mentioned on the first rush, they didn't get rewarded with Connor Brown shooting over the top of the net. But this one here, as he cruises in, he's got a chance to get his head up. Head up, head up, head up, looking. He knows Sheary's over there. He just wants to make sure there's that split opening. And when Gouli stands up to take his man in the slot and Anderson doesn't get down, that's the opening that Jensen's looking for. And he hit the spot. All Sheary had to do was just open up his blade. And he opened up the blade, it tips into the net. We've got a 1-1 hockey game, and a really good game at that. This has been a back and forth game.
Harris goes after the pump. He's bumped by Protas. Now it is Gallagher that comes up with it. Hands it off for Jonathan Drouin. Drouin checks up, dropped it back. Kovacevic with a shot. Knocked down by the glove of Kemper. Canadians stay on it, though. Here's Drouin feeding it back. Jack High got it in front. They all dive for it, and it's knocked wide. Now back into the crease, and Kemper will cover it up. And he holds on. Oh, the second period opens up the goal scoring in this game. The captain, Nick Suzuki from Montreal, and Connor Sheary makes it 1-1 on Hockey Night in Canada. In Capital One Arena, where it's a 1-1 game with the Canadians and the Capitals, and a pretty back-and-forth affair with these two teams so far tonight, Gary.
Absolutely. It's been a really good game. Both teams have had their offensive chances. We've seen a few outnumbered attacks each way. Power plays haven't worked out, really, but it's been a really well-skated game and good goaltending. Both goalies have been sharp. This is like you like to see at the start of the season. Players are fresh, and they're skating well, and real solid, entertaining game.
Face off inside the Capital zone. Kirby Dach takes a draw against Nick Dowd, but Dach will get tossed out. So Monahan comes in to take it. Monahan solid in the draw again tonight. Lost that one, but won 72% of his face-offs in Detroit last night. Now it is Gouli that'll dump it in. Monahan going after it. He's bumped back to the net. And away with it comes Nick Dowd. Got it up in center for Orlov. Down the wing comes Hathaway. Pick of the shot to go towards the net. Tip back to the goal. Dadonov back on for the Canadians. Cross ice pass. Dach trying to catch up to it. Jensen will hand it off for Hathaway. Turned over. Here's Dach trying to feed it in front. Dadonov can't settle the puck down. He had Jensen all over him. that guy on it. Chipped it right back in. And that is going to be blown down on an offside.
Well, definitely, I think the guilty of kind of the middle of the ice is opening up here, and you've seen this in the last 2 or 3 shifts where I think in the first period it was a little more closed up. It was like a parking lot a little bit, and they had to really battle to get into the zone. Right now, the neutral zone is starting to open, and we're starting to see speed and line rushes coming now up. They're not as splintered as they were earlier, so it's getting a little more dangerous, as now we've seen in the last 2 or 3 shifts outnumbered attacks from both teams who are getting some speed through that neutral zone.
Drouin will fight it in. Hoffman knocks it around the boards. Evans going after it. Drouin a battle for it with Carlson. There comes TJ Oshie. Hands it back for Carlson. On his backhand, trying to feed it in front for Oshie. It slides to the net. And Montembeault will cover it up.
Want to bet? You can do it at Canada's Sportsbook. Sports interaction, made for Canadians, by Canadians.
4 young defensemen in the lineup for Montreal. I think that's kind of been the area everyone looks to say, hey, this could be a problem if we get off to a rough start for young D, but they've fared fairly well because, number one, I think they are getting really good goaltending, which is nice to have that insulation, but Montreal has some pretty good puck possession, and when you have puck possession, you're not defending, and that is a big thing.
Here comes Caulfield trying to drive his way into the net. Couldn't get through the traffic. Kuznetsov will lead it back for Washington. Feeds it over to Oshie. Takes the shot, and a good block by Kaiden Guhle. Chance in front again. Mantha scores! Mantha sneaks that one by Montembeault, and the Capitals take the lead on Mantha's second of the year.
Mantha's one of those guys the Capitals are hoping, in the absence of Tom Wilson, is going to really play his best as a Capital right now. Good job lugging the puck up to the middle of the ice. That's what I was talking about. You're starting to see openings in the neutral zone, and if you start giving guys like Kuznetsov and that opportunities to skate pucks with speed into your zone, they're going to start playing in your zone more often. And as I mentioned, that's the one thing, if you're Montreal with 4 young D, you do not want to do. You want to have puck possession, you want to exit your zone, you don't want to be in your zone defending, and right now, I think the entry is a little too easy for Washington.
Mantha was limited to just 37 games last year due to shoulder surgery. Had a goal against Boston on Wednesday, and he's got one here to give the Capitals the lead.
Injuries and underwhelming play. I don't think he's been the guy they thought he was going to be. I mean, their expectations were high, and he's a big guy that can really do some damage. And I think in the absence of Wilson, he can really step up here and be a player for him.
Slafkovsky battling for the puck. Comes up with it in the corner. All right, Slafkovsky can't get it back, and it's broken up. And here come the Capitals again. It's Connor Brown. Brown waiting to Van Riemsdyk. Pass broken up in front by Harris. Dylan Strome feeds it across. Brown's drive, blocked by Dvorak. That one stung. And now Kovacevic will play it out for Slafkovsky off his leg, and the Capitals will get it back in the Canadian zone. Harris clears it. Jensen has to wait as Ovechkin clears his zone. Protas with a shot. Block goes after the rebound and can't come up with it. Dadonov trying to catch up to the puck. He's tangled up with Jensen. Jensen trying to clear it. Caps fans wanted a call there as Protas will work it through center to Orlov. Dropped it back. Lars Eller with a wrist shot right on. And it's gloved by Montembeault.
Washington has really picked it up. They're starting to attack this Montreal defense core. Nice job by Harris here on the 2-on-1, as we've seen a number of outnumbered attacks here in the last 3-4 minutes for the Washington Capitals. This is just a great play where he thinks about going down and sliding, and at the last minute, he keeps his stick in the lane. And for a young defenseman, your stick is your tool. You have to keep it in between the puck of where it's going and where it wants to go, and that's exactly what he did. He kept it right in that lane, and he was able to knock it down and turn it around and get it out of the zone.
Really tonight showing no ill effects from missing some time in last night's game in Detroit. Kirby Dach tried to feed it in front, cut off by Lars Eller. There's Monahan with it. His pass is broken up by Johansson. Marcus Johansson will trying to get it up for Protas, and he's turned back to the Montreal line. So Johansson tried to skate it in, but he had his pocket picked by Kirby Dach. Here's Monahan will throw it towards the net. It's right in the glove of Kemper.
That's just a really nice stand-up by Xhekaj at the blue line. I mean, don't give up the blue line if you don't have to. So by him standing up there, he just stops the play dead right there, and all of a sudden now it's transition for Montreal. And Monahan gets an opportunity to enter the zone and make a play on it. And right there, he sees the bobble, he stands up, and the puck gets turned around, and then all of a sudden now Montreal's on top of it. They turn it over, and here they go into the zone. And that's just good, smart transitional play, getting on pucks quickly.
Kuznetsov and Oshie getting the assists on the Mantha goal. As Kuznetsov now has a point in 7 straight games against the Canadiens. 10 points in that run, and has a point in 11 of his last 12 games against Montreal. Puck in the air, knocked down at center as Hoffman will fire it back in. Stopped back in net by Kemper. Played it around the boards. Xhekaj at the line will keep it in. Got away from Evans around the glass. There's going to be a penalty here against Hoffman, who took a swing at Carlson's stick to get the puck. He knocked it out of his hands, and he'll go to the box. So the Washington Capitals will get their first crack on the power play tonight when we return on this call here in a 2-1 Capitals lead on Hockey Night in Canada.
Famous as the Montreal Canadiens. It's a classic, but rumor has it there may be a twist, a Montreal Expos version for the reverse retro this season for the Habs. A few Twitter users came up with their rendition of what they think it could look like, and I have to say, it's not the classic look for the Montreal Canadiens, but it's a cool twist. Whether we actually see it or not, that is the big question, guys. This is all just rumor.
Yeah, I saw some of that online today, and maybe you've got to change the numbers as well to look like the old Expos numbers. As Strome snaps it on net, Montembeault with a stop, trying to cover it up, still loose in the crease and knocked away. Ovechkin's got it, dumps it off for Johansson. Played along the boards, Strome up with it. Washington still looking for their first power play goal of the season. They're 0 for 9. They've never gone 3 straight games to start a season without a power play goal. Strome hangs on, feeds it low, right in front. Oshie a chance, stopped by Montembeault. Ovechkin will knock it back around. Here's Strome, handing it off for Carlson. Carlson waits to Ovechkin, fires, and that missed. Kept in by Strome again. Ovechkin waits in his office. Strome on the puck for Carlson, a drive, tipped in front, it goes wide. Here's Strome to Carlson, to Ovechkin, shoots, stand on the shot. Picked up back of the net, rolled around the wing. Strome on it again. He's bumped on the boards. Cooley can't clear it as Carlson kept it in. A battle for it here, and now it's knocked down by Strome. Strome will hand it off. Ovechkin shoots, stopped by Montembeault. Rebound, right in front, goes! Oshie!
Hoffman won't be happy. He thinks it was a rather weak slashing call and a one-handed whack on the stick. But this is the first power play goal, and Oshie's saying, we got her, we got her. I think the one thing that's different when you look at this power play, obviously it's not Kuznetsov on the half wall, it's Strome, and he makes a number of really solid plays off the half wall to keep the puck alive. And that one there where he chose to go to Ovechkin right across the seam really put the penalty killers in a tough spot. And then right away it attacks the net, and TJ Oshie's right there to bang in the rebound. And it's just one of the things that they haven't been doing is, yes, they're all in their right spots, but they're not moving. And even though you have a spot on the ice you're supposed to be in, you have to be creative and you have to ad-lib. And I thought the Washington Capitals there did a better job of ad-libbing.
Connor Sheary pass across, tipped wide as McDowd was going to the net. He's on the puck in the corner now as Washington has opened up a 2-goal lead and trying to keep the pressure on. Shooting Montreal 10-5 here in the second period. Cole Caulfield back the other way, trying to feed that pass across. It was knocked down, and Jensen's clearing attempt stopped, but now they'll get it out as Dowd hands it off for Orlov over to Hathaway. Garnet Hathaway lost the puck. Caulfield is there, and we're going to have another penalty, and it's a slashing call against the Canadiens, and Washington will go right back to the man advantage.
And now that they've broken that goose egg, you know that they're going to be feeling it pretty good. And this is another area, Montreal, if they're going to be competitive, and a lot of people think they can be, is they're going to have to be really ultra-disciplined. They can't afford to be taking penalties after penalties because their specialty teams haven't been the greatest. And I think that in this transition period for the organization, if they can be disciplined, I think it would go a long way. And right there you see the penalty, and the Jack Guy will serve 2 or less, and the Washington Capitals will head back on the power play here, already having a power play goal in this period. And since the 10-minute mark of this period, they really have taken over the game here a little bit.
Here's Strome for Karlsson to Ovechkin, and he fired it off the outside of the net. Ovechkin walks it along the boards. Savard going after it. Cleared around the wing, and now out, and Monahan will take off with it shorthanded. Curls back inside the line, and he'll dump it deep as Karlsson backs up with it. Here comes Strome with it. Dylan Strome. Can't get it through center. Dvorak will go after the loose puck. Dvorak stops, and he'll feed it all the way back into the Canadian zone, where Savard will send it all the way back down the ice. Strome up with the puck. To center. Johansson feeds it over to Connor Brown. Down in the corner is checked by Harris. Savard after the puck. He's got it, and he'll send it all the way down the ice. Karlsson right back ahead for Connor Brown. Kuznetsov with it. Tried to throw it to the point. Nobody was there, and it goes all the way down the ice. Kemper forced to play it, and he'll move it up for Karlsson. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Kuznetsov over to Connor Brown. Into the corner for Mantha. Mantha bumped by Harris. Fed it to the point. Here's Orlov across. Ovechkin a drive. Kicked out by Montemo. At the line, Orlov tried a shot. It was blocked by Evans. Lost his stick. Back the other way comes Nick Suzuki, 1-on-1 against Orlov, and he'll roll it in the corner.
I know it was the obvious choice for Orlov to go back to Ovechkin, and he didn't, but he should have. It would have been back-to-back one-timers, and I think it was the right play.
Here's Mantha with it. Hands it off. Kuznetsov trying to get a Jack Guy out of the box, and he's after the puck. He'll chip it up, and it's out over the line as Orlov is there, pumped by Monahan. Dadonov will force the Capitals deep in their own zone. Jack Guy can get off for the change, and Doc comes on to replace him.
That's a really good kill for the Montreal Canadiens. You give up a power play goal. You know, they're buzzing a little bit here in Washington, and you come out and you have a really solid penalty kill.
That scramble here in the corner for it as it was under Cooley. Barzell dug it out. Now it comes free. Brendan Gallagher up with a puck. Gallagher through center. Flips it by Gustafsson, and he'll go after it. Feeds it back for Jonathan Drouin. Drouin trying to move the puck. Van Riemsdyk has got it. He'll play it off to Barzell. A long shot, but that one is off the stick. It ends up out of play.
A lot of teams have tried to defense the grade 8 one-timer, and because he's so far outside those hash marks, it's hard to send a penalty killer out there that deep, and he doesn't miss many of them, and he gets them pretty good. He gets them high, gets them low. He doesn't even have to look at the net. He just knows, he has a picture of it in his brain, and when that puck's coming to him, he knows exactly where it's going. And it's like you do video after video, and you go, okay, we know he's going to one-time it. Why don't we take it away? But he finds that spot where he's just far enough that the penalty killer can't go out there, or you're leaving too many holes for that bumper guy in the slot, and then he just gets to tee it up. And because he's so accurate and so dangerous, and he's been doing it for so many years.
Ovechkin with the assist on the Oshie goal. Now 4 points shy of passing Doug Gilmour for 19th most points in NHL history. That was point 1,415. Jack Guy, he'll get it through the crowd down the ice. Kemper forced to play it. Jensen up with the puck. Can't get it out along the boards. Dvorak tried to center it for Anderson, and his attempt doesn't work. Kicked out for Johansson. Picked up by Faravari. He'll ring it in. Jensen Missed the puck at the line, and back the other way come the Canadians. Slavkovsky with it, dropped it off to Dvorak, trying to go back for Slavkovsky, and it was broken up. Half the way to center with it. He'll dump it in, and Possible calls the troops back to get it as Xhekaj is on it. Arber Xhekaj with 11 seconds to go in the period. Will feed it out for Savard. Up on the wing, Caulfield trying to tip it in. Jensen takes it around behind his own net. And Jensen will flip it up at the horn, and that'll do it. Coming up in our second intermission, 32 Thoughts with Elliot and Jeff. 26-13, the shots in favor of Washington through 40 minutes of play. Suzuki for the Canadians, Shiri, Mantha, and Oshie for Washington, who lead it 3-1 through 40 on Hockey Night in Canada.
Two Thoughts presented by GMC and the new Sierra AT4X. Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman. Breaking news, Elliot.
Washington's one of the teams we have tonight, Ron, and they're going to be signing Sonny Milano. Milano went to Calgary on a PTO, didn't make the team, but sounds like a one-year, one-way deal with the Capitals. He does have to clear waivers first, and the plan is to start at AHL Hershey.
So you two have been trying to find measured voices for about a month now as we deal with this crossroads of social mores and values for Canadian hockey, for also society sport. Let's start with Hockey Canada, Jeff.
Okay, so today a full day of meetings with Hockey Canada, the board, and also the 13 members. And coming out of it, there's a new bunch of bylaws that have now been passed. This is all under the umbrella of the recommendations in the Cromwell report. So these are new. So now all applications for the board have to be vetted by the nominating committee. Again, that's new. And the new board will serve for 1 year. It'll be an interim or transitional board. That will be the capacity. And interesting, along with the board as well, what they're looking for board members is experience not just in governance and also board experience, but also, and this is unique, they're looking for experience in crisis and change management, cultural evolution, and financial acumen. They want a board that's diverse in both appearance and thought, Elliot. And this is new ground, because for the first time that at least I can remember, the members have issued a statement as well. That is new. You wonder if at the end of all of this, they will have more say in what happens with Hockey Canada.
Jeff, one of the names that Canadians are wondering about to help rebuild Hockey Canada is that of Hayley Wickenheiser. And Reach Today, the four-time Olympic gold medalist, said she hasn't been contacted by anybody to come help and therefore hasn't spent a ton of time thinking about it. But if the desire is there to have Hayley Wickenheiser step in and be a part of the group that rebuilds this, of course, it's something that she would think about.
You know, and one other name, and this is one that I was told specifically to watch for or pay attention to this week, and that is Therese Brisson. Now, she's a former national team member, number 6, gold medalist, silver medalist as well, right-hand shot defender. She's currently the president and CEO of Alpine Canada. She's worked for Procter & Gamble before in marketing, sits on the board of the Canadian Olympic Committee as well. She's described as no-nonsense, highly intelligent. Ron, this is one name that keeps popping up. You've mentioned her name before as well. And I guess really when it comes to the replacement for Scott Smith as CEO, you know, one of the questions we have is, will the next leader of Hockey Canada be one person or will it be two? Do they go back to that model?
Therese would be sensational. Mark Fraser at the Toronto Maple Leafs, to me, is a name that jumps out. Ryan Francis was up for the Willie O'Ree, has worked with provincial sports organizations, with government officials for me. Brad Morris was with the CWHL. Brad is sensational and a long-term ardent supporter of inclusivity.
Wonder about Brad as a member of the board.
Yes. I think he needs to be part of that council, much like the Respect Group. You would always go to Sheldon and Wayne. Bob Dawson in Ottawa is a name that I would throw out if folks don't know. But anyway, there's a number of good
Rona
people
Ambrose, let me throw that one
That's
out
a great
there
name, too. Don't let me forget to show Aaron Ambrose and Marie-Philippe Poulin at the World Championship. Later tonight, we'll get to that. Okay, Ian Cole. There's another story that's really, really interesting.
About 30 minutes before the broadcast tonight, the NHL released that he has been been reinstated by the Tampa Bay Lightning after the league found no evidence to substantiate allegations against him. The key is that the league was unsuccessful in its attempts to reach the author of the Twitter post, including a direct request to send them a direct message. Now, after that, the National Hockey League Players Association released a statement of its own that they were upset about the circumstances, calling them grossly unfair, and said the league and the players would be having conversations in the future about how to proceed in these types of cases.
And two small stories on the ice. Elliot, you first on Chychrun.
Well, first of all, Jacob Chychrun, who's been out so far for Arizona, he is scheduled to join the team this week in Montreal to at least practice with the rest of the Coyotes. Not as firm a timetable yet on when he will resume playing, but he will rejoin the team to practice. I've heard from multiple sources that right now, between the Senators and the Coyotes, there just isn't a path to make a deal. That could always change once he resumes playing, but right now it doesn't appear to be on the table at all.
And really quickly, ECHL, Ron, this will hit you where you live. There's a new mandate for coaches and officials. And see that gentleman in the white shirt and the red tie? That's Ben Boudreau, the son of Vancouver Canucks head coach Bruce Boudreau, former employee here at Hockey Night in Canada. He's the head coach of Fort Wayne in the ECHL. There he is meeting with officials and also the head coach from the Wheeling Nailers. The new mandate, Ron, is 1 hour before game time. Both teams' coaches have to meet with the officials, try to turn the temperature down a little bit and develop more relationships between the coaches and the officials in the ECHL.
Really great to see that. Jeff, Elliot, thanks to the 7 cities that hosted you on the 32 Thoughts podcast tour. That was brilliant work, and so was the segment. We'll come right back with Kevin and Jennifer and Kelly, and that's thoughts on our 2 telecasts on Hockey Night in Canada next.
Clothing provided by Jack Victor.
Washington leads 3-1 down in Washington and 1-1 in the Battle of Ontario. And Kevin, you first on that.
Well, DJ Smith has created an internal competition amongst the 2 power play groups. And we saw in the first period the goal that Pinto scored with Giroux assisting it to DeBrincat. That's a pretty solid unit right there, but that's not the #1 unit. And when they got their next power play, that unit did start the second unit because there is a competition. If you score, you stay. And this is what happened when the first unit went out. Their first opportunity late in the second period. First of all, they hounded this puck to get it back with determination. And then they set up that great chance, Brady off the post. Now they want to score badly because they're not going out first. So that is a great competition to have amongst your teammates. It's only going to make them better.
I think it's just an indication of a great pulse on the team from the coach, too, to make those reads and assessments. And one of the things on the power play, too, you never want to become complacent, right? So in terms of making some of those adjustments and changes, both units then have that approach of a work-first mentality.
And I liked it also just from a goaltender standpoint because I like to see that friction and sort of keeping guys going and burning that, get that burning fire to go. And, you know, they always hate it if they're used differently.
I love when the goalies are always pulled and put back in. I love that friction. I love seeing it. It's entertaining.
Touche.
Never happens to Player of the Month. How about down in D.C., Kelly?
Okay, Nick Suzuki. So whenever a young person, he's only 23 years old, gets the captaincy, you wonder, we talked about the captaincy in the first intermission and that so-called burden. And to us, it seems as though there's no burden for him. I mean, he is just playing so well early in this season. He scores his first here, and that's just a terrific play. Great hands, great edge work. But to me, it's more important that just he is not feeling any of that burden, so to speak, about the captaincy, the pressure. He's got 3 points on the season. That's a great sign for me because sometimes when you put in that role, you change just a little bit and it's only natural.
But for him taking that time to reflect on accepting that captaincy,
yes,
I think is a reflection that he wanted to make sure that he could do it well and still perform on the ice, which he has so far this season.
Big night in the NHL. We've got 28 teams in action. We'll check in on some of the action through the night tonight, but when we come back, we'll just briefly preview the Battle of Alberta as Calgary will hit Edmonton in an hour.
Washington with the Caps have a 3-1 lead as we get you set for the third period. Now, with 247 career NHL games, you wouldn't immediately think of Chris Weidman as a veteran leader in the National Hockey League, but with this young Habs blue line, he has been thrust into that role. We saw that on Wednesday night in the season opener when Arbor Xhekaj had a penalty shot called against him. Now, the Leafs didn't score, and obviously some relief for Xhekaj on the bench, but Weidman took the opportunity to grab the young defenseman, whisper a few things to his ear, calm him down. We don't know exactly what he said, but guys, that right there is a good veteran defenseman talking to a young guy and helping him ease him into the ups and downs of an NHL season.
Got to let things go. I mean, being a young defenseman in this league is not an easy position to be in. It's one of the hardest things to do. They always say it takes a bit longer to figure it all out, and to have a guy like Wideman right there to whisper in the ear, hey, it's over, it's gone, let it go. No, as my dad used to say, no blood, no harm, right? Just move along, and the way they went, and it's good for the veteran to be in the rookie's ear, and that's a big plus. You know, when you have one rookie on the blue line or two, you know, they can use the 4 veterans to move the puck to, help to exit the zone. They don't have to be the one making all the key plays, but when you got 4 young guys in there, they got to stand up for themselves, and they got to be counted for. And I know it's a small sample size. We're only not even 3 games into the season, but these guys don't look like they're playing under any stress or anxiety. They look like they're playing it nice and cool. They're not adventurous type D-men. They're not guys who are wandering around or trying to lead the rush or anything like that. They're just doing their job.
Ovechkin tried to slide that low shot towards the net and went wide. Kaden Guhle up the boards. Monahan tips it out. Now there's Savard at center. Bringing right back in as Carlson is there. Knifes it back to the goal, but it's picked up on the near side, thrown to the line, and the 7th shot goes wide. There's Monahan. Sean Monahan stuck with the puck. Dumped it off into the corner. Kirby Dach goes after it. Batted away, though, by Faravari. From the point, Kovacevic with a shot and made it through, and Darcy Kemper will make the save.
Desjardins Financial Group, a proud part of communities, a proud fan of hockey wherever it's played.
A good first shift for the Montreal Canadiens to start the 3rd period. The Monahan line comes over the boards, and they do a real nice job of hunting down pucks, shutting off the walls, turning over pucks, and keeping the puck alive. And it led to a good point shot and a good opportunity at the net for Montreal.
Vic Jensen will flip it high in the air to center. Batted away and right back into the Capital zone. Orlov will clear it out. Jack Guy wheels back in his own end, feeds it up for Nick Suzuki. Sends it over to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield throws it towards the net. Steered aside by Kemper. Caulfield on it once more. Flipped it to the open corner. Suzuki goes after it. Taken away by Jensen, and he'll clear it to center. Wideman will dump it right back in. And the play gets thrown down at the line.
Well, if you're Marty St. Louis, you want to see a little kickback from your team. I think they were humming along pretty good till they hit about the 10-minute mark of the 2nd period. Then the Capitals started to transition some pucks. They got their power play going. They started to skate a little bit more downhill against Montreal. And so far in the 3rd period, Montreal starts with a good shift. And that's what you want to see as a coach. You want to see your teams bite back. You know, I understand the situation of Montreal and what they're trying to accomplish here. But for Marty St. Louis, he's learning about these guys, and the fact that they're biting back a little bit in this period, I think would be a big sign.
Oshie rang it off the post with a long wrist shot. Slavkovsky back the other way. Dvorak to Gallagher. Shoots. Stopped by Kemper. Capitals feed it back up ice as Mantha goes after it. Savard tracks down Mantha. He'll push it around for Oshie. Play the puck back to the point. Gustafsson holds, hands it off, and Riemsdyk's shot missed. Gustafsson throws it in front. It's redirected and blocked. Slavkovsky has got it. Trying to connect with Gallagher, and the pass was broken up by Van Riemsdyk. Erik Gustafsson on the puck. Off the boards into the Canadian zone, cleared right back out. And Gustafsson this time will dump it in deep. Montembeault out of the net to work it up on the glass where it's stopped by Down. And now Kovacevic will get it back to the point. Kept in Faravari with a shot, and it makes it through as Montembeault's got it.
Well, fairly long shot for TJ Oshie, who's already got a couple of points in this game. Right off the face-off, it's a turnover. And TJ Oshie just kind of frisbees this in, and it fools Montembeault off the post, and then Slavkovsky turns this thing around to Dvorak, right to Gallagher, and he gets a pretty good scoring chance. So a little tit for tat here in the 3rd period.
It's off the stick of Eller at center, and it Lands for Jake Evans. Evans will go after it. Back to the net. And the Sevens will hold it in at the line. Now it's Lars Eller, and it backs away. Carlson trying to battle his way in. Hoffman to the front of the net. Had to clear it away from some trouble there as the Capitals were attacking. But back the other way comes Jonathan Drouin. Hands it off for Hoffman, let it go as Evans goes after in the corner. Hoffman dropped it back for Drouin behind the goal, trying to shake off Orlov. Jonathan Drouin got it to the point. Jack-Eye with a shot that goes wide as Kemper didn't see it. Evans up with the puck. Has Eller on him, trying to get it in front for Jack-Eye. It's broken up. Johansson will take off at center and dump it in, and the Capitals complete their change. Weidman will feed it back. Jack-Eye got it for Weidman, and away with it come the Canadians as Jack-Eye will hand it off for Monahan. Dropped it for Kirby Dach, thrown towards the net. Steered away by Kemper. Gustafsson will move it for Dylan Strome. Here comes Mantha down the wing. Caught by Kirby Dach on the back check. And the Sevens will get it up to center and lift it in. Here's Van Riemsdyk. Turned over, chance in front, and Josh Anderson ripped it just wide. Anderson trying to hold the zone with it. Played it across. Here comes Nick Suzuki. He'll swing it around for Cole Caulfield, just out of his reach. Ovechkin after it, can't get it out of the zone. Josh Anderson on it. Anderson will dump it off back to the net. Suzuki hands it off, shot towards the goal, goes wide. Ovechkin trying to catch up to it. Anderson is there first, and he'll poke it back for Savard. There's Suzuki. Dumped it outside of the net, and it is covered up by Kemper.
Well, down by a couple goals, you're going to have to take a few risks and a few chances. Good forecheck by Dach. Two-man forechecks worked well for Montreal today. It creates a turnover right there for Anderson, and he tries to go far side, glove side, and didn't miss by a lot. But at the end of the day, he knows if he could have buried that one and got some life back on the bench of the Montreal Canadiens and got them within one, that would have been huge. The nice big game winner against the Maple Leafs on a beautiful shot off the post and in, and right there he was kind of cruising for the same thing and just missed it on the outside.
Well, Dvorak will take the face-off against Lars Eller. There's Savard with it. Throws it on net. It's off the stick handle of Kemper and nearly deflected in behind him. It just took the wrong hop, and it's an icing call against Washington.
I mentioned earlier the Oshie shot that kind of just frisbeed in off the goal post. This one kind of had the same kind of vibe on it, and I'm not really sure what Kemper was seeing. It's a one draw by Montreal and then just cruises in, and I think it might have hit the crossbar on the backside. Does it go off the handle of his stick first and then maybe down off the post? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Yeah, definitely goes off something and then off the post, maybe the back end of his handle, but he didn't pick that up.
Thrown back in now as the Canadians try to stay on the attack here. Dvorak off for Slavkovsky. Juraj Slavkovsky trying to dig it out for the pile, and he does. Slavkovsky hands it off for Gallagher. Tip to the point for Weidman. Slavkovsky tried to feed it across to the far side. It's broken up. And Marcus Johansson will lift it back into the Canadian zone. Slavkovsky had to go off his stick. Comes back for Weidman. And Montreal resets in their own zone. Weidman will play it up for Jack-Eye. He'll dump it off into the corner. Jensen after the puck. Got it up on the wing. Weidman trying to get a piece of it and away with it. Comes Hathaway. And Hathaway left it back for Down. A rough off along the boards by Jonathan Drouin. Now Jake Evans will find it. Evans can't get by Orlov as he gets the puck into the Capital zone, and Hoffman will chase Nick Jensen around his net. Orlov being pressured by Drouin. Gave it back for Jensen. Up onto the wing. Rolling puck, and Dowd has got it. A backhanded out at center.
A little different spot for the Washington Capitals. Their last 2 games, they've entered the third period down a goal. And here the veteran team comes into the third periods with a 2-goal lead. So a totally different mindset for the Washington Capitals about just doing the little things right with a 2-goal lead.
TJ Oshie will throw it across to the near side. Kirby Dach will get it out. Cut off at center by Gustafsson. Right over to Oshie, and he'll lift it right back in. Mantha for the puck, trying to get it in front. That's broken up. Dach will hand it off for Savard. Savard dropped it back for Dadonov. Pass tipped away by Mantha, but it comes to Dach, and his shot's kicked out by Kemper. Here's a chance for Kovacevic, who was falling as he shot the puck. Oshie pressured here by Dach. Washington will get it out, and now may take control. TJ Oshie brings it right back in, drags the puck, can't get a shot, he'll take it to the corner. Up by Kovacevic, and back the other way comes Nick Suzuki. He's got it through center, and it's tipped and ends up out of play. 3-1, the Capitals leading it here in the third in Washington on Hockey Night in Canada.
Seen a great photo taken during an NHL game. It was likely through a hole like this, a cool feature that allows photographers to get that clean shot, not having to shoot through the glass. Now, what are the odds a puck can go through there? Slim, right? Apparently not. This was last night in Detroit, and that puck is going, and it perfectly fits through and takes out the camera, and a very scary souvenir for this photographer. What are the odds, guys?
The odds that it did no damage to his face. I mean, that's the break that he got. The heck with the camera. Savard's been working on that shot for a few years, trying to clear that through there. You know, you can't put it over the glass anymore. It's a delay of game, so you got to put it through the hole.
He's not a big fan of the hole, of course. We go back to the injury Jeff Petrie suffered to his hand. That glass in their playoff run. Bill Boyce almost took his nose off once a few years ago with Toronto. Puck work back of the Capitals net. There's Anderson along the boards trying to keep it in. Jensen falls backwards, and Xhekaj has got it. Plays it up for Caulfield. Back for Wideman. Off to Arber Xhekaj. There's Jensen on it. Beats it up, and away with it comes Connor Brown. Brown will work his way in, knocked down by Harris. He'll go after it in the corner. Dvorak on the puck. Gallagher trying to turn on the Jets to catch up to him with Carlson there, and he'll feed it across for Faravari. Ovechkin tips it down the ice. Harris goes after it. Canadians trying to reset in their own end as Harris will feed it up for Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky at the line, and it's an offside against Montreal. It's the season debut of Rogers Monday Night Hockey as the Penguins head to Montreal to take on the Canadiens. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on Sportsnet East and Sportsnet Now. And the Arizona Coyotes are in Toronto to take on the Leafs on Sportsnet Ontario and Sportsnet West on Monday. Puck dumped in by Kaiden Guhle. There's Gustafsson feeding it off into the corner. Eller was waiting there on the boards to come up with it. Now does. And Lars Eller will chip it out. Wideman trying to catch up to it. Johansson had to go off his skate. Hits the brakes. Feeds it back for Eller. Missed the pass. Hoffman back for Wideman. Up to Hoffman. Over the line. Bouncing puck on Jonathan Drouin. He holds his zone and now can't keep it in a second time. And Xhekaj has got to go after the puck, and he'll send it back to Montembeault, who plays it off for Wideman.
Well, you need possession, so he loses the puck. Don't just chip it off the wall and get rid of it. Try to keep the possession of it, get it back to Wideman, get everyone circling, and re-attack. You want to have as much possession as you can here. You're down 2 goals.
Puck goes off the skate of Orlov. Kuznetsov is there. He'll clear it out. Mantha's got it. Mantha. Flip it into the corner is Savard, who goes after the puck. Met by Oshie. Anthem pushes it back to the goal. Czechai is there. He'll feed it forward for Monahan. Up for Kirby Dach. Dach upended by Kuznetsov. He'll draw the penalty. And the Canadians will get a power play here midway through the third.
Kuznetsov's like, I'm in this part of the ice. I am already here. If he cuts into me, what would you like me to do? And we'll see if he has an argument. He's standing there. He isn't moving. He doesn't stick out any limbs. His body position is exactly the same. I kind of agree with him. I think the penalty on Hoffman was a little bit weak. I didn't like it. It was a one-hand tap of the stick, and Karlsson lost his stick, and it led to a goal. I didn't like that call, and this one here I kind of don't like. I think he's right. He owns his bit of the ice there. It's up to Dach to go around him. If he skates into him, you know, I don't think you see his leg get stuck out or he reaches out in any way. But a break for Montreal, and maybe one that evens out in the night. And we'll see if they can't find themselves a power play goal here with 10:04 to go and get themselves within one.
Weidman will hand it off for Nick Suzuki. Back to Weidman. Played across for Cole Caulfield. Being watched by Nick Dowd as Caulfield will feed it off into the corner. Monahan up the boards to the point for Weidman. Over to Suzuki, skating it in. Down low for Monahan. Back in front to Anderson. Broken up and cleared down the ice by Faravari. Montembeault will set it up for Weidman. Half a minute gone on the power play. Here's Anderson with it. Josh Anderson. Down the wing, looks towards the net. He stops, feeds it back. Suzuki to the line for Weidman. Played across for Caulfield. Monahan to Caulfield. Thrown over to Suzuki. He's got room. Walks in. Backdoor pass off the stick of Anderson. And then Caulfield couldn't settle it down. Weidman up with it. Back for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki along the goal line. Monahan with a little room. To the point for Weidman. Weidman waits. Now sends it across for Caulfield. Back to Weidman. Over for Suzuki. Down low. Monahan in tight with a shot. Stopped by Kemper. Trying to cover it up. It's still loose. Mad scramble for the puck. Monahan can't get to it. Comes to the point. Weidman has got it. They'll send it over to Caulfield. Takes it off the boards. Chip back to the net. Monahan going after the puck. Poked up on the wing. Chopped out by Eller. Weidman blocked it. Van Riemsdyk can't clear it. Now it's lifted out and set down the ice by Connor Brown.
Because Suzuki is so dangerous off that circle, he's so good at pulling that puck in and shooting it, the Caps are really coming out at him, and they're really getting in his face, and he's had to go down low a few times and across the seam. He would love to shoot it, but there's just nothing there for him.
Gallagher up with the puck for Kirby Dach around the boards. Dvorak, backhand pass for Hoffman, over to Dach. Dach with it, in front, Gallagher with a chance, and they appraise the post. Kuznetsov's out of the box. Power play is over. Canadians get a couple of opportunities. Back the other way comes Washington. Hathaway's shot is off a skate and wide. Marcus Johansson up with it. Feeds it along the boards. Now gets it back, goes to the point. Faravari will send it over to Karlsson. Plays that one through the slot. Back to the line for Johansson again. Thrown towards the net. It's tipped over the goal. Gets lifted high in the air and back down the ice by Hoffman, who's trying to get off for a change. Faravari with time out from behind his own net with it. Gets it up on the wing, and here comes Ovechkin. Ovechkin tried to send that one back for Protas. It was in behind him. Dadonov feeds it across for Harris. Harris gets to the Capitals line, up for Jake Evans, rolling puck, centers it in front, Slafkovsky going to the goal, but Darcy Kemper covers it up and holds on.
Power play is supposed to create good opportunities, and that it did for the Montreal Canadiens. First Monahan on this down low jam, and then Brendan Gallagher is going to get a Nils Rice rip from out in the slot from a nice pass from Dach. Good save there by Kemper.
Alexander Ovechkin of the Washington Capitals trying to chase the goal record, but of course the talk is always about how will he do without Nicholas Backstrom, who's out with hip surgery. Well, when you look throughout the course of his career, this actually shows that he's just fine, if not even a little better, as the numbers show, without Backstrom. So maybe he's okay without his dynamic duo partner after all.
That's a small sample size on the right, to be totally honest with you. You're talking over 1,000 games against 257. I like the point, but you know, what a tandem they have been. And it's so great to watch, and hopefully Nick Backstrom can get healthy and back in the game soon.
It's playing around with the odds.
You're right. The numbers don't lie. They are what they are, and you are correct. But it just that is one vast difference in the sample size.
Slavkovsky brings it in over the line. His shot goes wide as Protas will try to move it. Check that. It's Gustafsson trying to move it. Got it back to the point. Savard will send it across. Caden Cooley trying to track it down. Van Riemsdyk in there as well. Comes back to the point. Evans for Slavkovsky. Back to Evans. Trying to hang on to it. He'll feed it across for Drouin. Here's Caden Cooley with a shot. That got blocked, and the puck comes out at center. Cooley will feed it over to Savard. He'll take his time with it. Canadians get a change.
Anytime you sting somebody with a puck like that, you want to re-attack right away while they're getting off the ice because they're short-numbered. And all of a sudden, he went down. Oshie was trying to get to the bench, and Montreal regrouped. I'd re-attack that right away.
Puck batted in front. Lars Eller intercepts. He'll hand it across for Protas. And now back for Johansson. Long wrist shot, and it's handled with ease by Montembeault. Just over 5.5 to go in the third. Canadians trail the Capitals by 2 in Washington on Hockey Night in Canada.
Goal barrage in the second. Beautiful wraparound by Suzuki. Nice and creative. And then the Washington Capitals took over. Jensen with a nice little pass through the seam to Sheary. They buried that shortly after a Montreal power play. And then Mantha fires this that kind of rolls off the arm of Montembeault. This is the one that killer. The rebound off the Ovechkin shot. And Cooley can't find it as he's trying to locate it to get it out of harm's way. TJ Oshie locates it first and just pushes it into the open net. If they could have avoided giving up that one, it would have been a real plus. But Washington Capitals were heading along pretty good there in the second period for about a 10-minute span.
Canadians are out shooting Washington 8-2 here in the third period as Ovechkin snaps it on net. Knocked down by Montembeault, and it's cleared out by Harris.
It looks easy when there's a puck sitting in your feet. Oh, why can't you look? It's not as easy when you've got guys all around you. It's chaotic. You're trying to search out a puck, and you got everyone trying to find it. And certainly not his fault, but hopefully a clear would have been a huge help.
Here's Ferravari with a shot. That one goes wide. Caulfield's after the puck. Checked on the play by Strome. Got it back. And Jonathan Kovacevic will skate it out to center. Got it to the line and stopped and dumped right back in. And it'll be an icing call against Washington.
Download the BetMGM app and play with the king of sportsbooks and casinos.
You want to get one before you got to take your goaltender because you're down 2. You figure around the 2-minute mark, usually around there is when they'll take them. But down 2, they may take them a bit earlier. We'll keep an eye on that.
Jack-eye to the point for Dadonov, knocked down by Kemper. Try to clear it off the stick of Carlson, and that's a high stick, and we'll get a whistle.
And that'll come all the way back to the left of Darcy Kemper. One area Montreal has been good in throughout the season, and they've played a couple of good face-off teams, especially the Maple Leafs, who were up the top of the league, and they gave it to them pretty good, and they've been pretty good here tonight against the Washington Capitals. If they can win a draw here, set up some sort of play.
Monahan will take the draw against Nick Dowd. Jump early. Now Dowd gets tossed. Connor Sheary will come in for the face-off. Monahan won it. Got it back for Robert Jack-eye with a shot off the outside of the net. Hathaway comes up with a puck, and Garnet Hathaway will try to clear it. He'll get it to center, and Monahan rolls it back. Jack-eye over to Weidman. Weidman Leads it forward. Dadonov off the boards with it. Tried to roll it towards the net. Broken up by Jensen. Monahan tried to knock it loose. Got it back around to the point for Weidman. Here's Weidman with it. Handing it off for Kirby Dach. Got it back. Weidman shot. Steered aside by Kemper. Dach after the puck. Jensen trying to clear it out. He will, and he'll get it back down to the Canadian zone. Weidman up with the puck. He'll leave it back for Savard and head off for a change with 4 minutes to go in the third. Here comes Brendan Gallagher with it. Gallagher gets some help from Slavkovsky. Dvorak to Gallagher. Chipped it off for Slavkovsky. Flipped it to the point, and Caden Cooley's got a back up at center with it. Savard's there, and he'll dump it in. TJ Oshie hands it back for Van Riemsdyk. Into the corner. Eric Gustafsson will lift it out. Savard stops it. Gallagher back for Slavkovsky. Over to Gallagher in front. It's knocked away. And TJ Oshie will lift it off the glass and out. Savard reaching for the puck. Mantha stepping in on the play as Montembeault trying to move it. Now it's free. Dvorak's got it. Flipped it back from Caden Gooley. Mantha trying to jam it up against the boards behind the Canadiens' net. Gooley works over Mantha. Puck comes through. Slavkovsky is on it. Juraj Slavkovsky takes off of the new one. Mantha's dropped the gloves with Caden Gooley back behind the net. Mantha got a piece of Gooley as he goes into the back of the goal.
These two were battling away along the end boards, and I'm not sure if Mantha threw him a stiff elbow while he was behind him, and that might have been what upset Caden Gooley. And this is a bit of a mismatch. Mantha can throw them pretty good. He's a big man, too. This guy's got to be going at about 230. And watch as they go into the wall, they're battling. Watch there, right there. He gives him a little elbow. You can see the 39 come up in the air, and Gooley's head snap back, and he's not happy about that. And then when he gets the headlock rub, then that's it. There's only so much one person can take, and Caden Gooley was at his limit there, so he didn't care how big Mantha was. They were going to go at it. .303 to go, down 2 goals. You got to think Martin St. Louis is going to take that goaltender as soon as possible. He's going to get a couple of lines ready to go, and he'll have someone ready for the goaltender. And I would think as soon as they get possession moving up ice, you'll see Montembeault head to the Montreal bench.
Face-off will be outside the Canadian zone. Eller tried to push it forward. Monahan won the draw again, and the Canadiens control the puck. Here comes Nick Suzuki. He'll chip it off the boards into the corner. Carlson's there. Got it to the line. It stays in. No, it didn't. It did come out, and that's an offside as Caulfield had touched it.
Well, Anderson comes off this line, and Monahan joins it, and that kind of gives you the inclination of how important winning the faceoffs are, getting possession, because Monahan's been their best faceoff guy.
Monahan has Lars Eller to contend with once again, and he won it so cleanly that Harris has to reach back for it and pick it up in his own end. Jordan Harris up ahead for Weidman. He'll get to center and flip it in. After it goes Carlson. Got it up onto the wing. Weidman cut it off. Monahan going after the puck. Carlson around the net with it. Stops as he had to turn away from Nick Suzuki, and now it's Johansson to TJ Oshie. Back for Johansson. Tangle up back to the net. Caulfield's there. He'll reverse it. Harris goes after it. Here comes Nick Suzuki with it. Suzuki stopped along the boards. Connor Brown will clear it out. He'll try to race after it. Jonathan Drouin goes back, and he's on the puck first as he'll feed it around for Savard. Savard dropped it back for Drouin. Jonathan Drouin hands it up for Josh Anderson, trying to bowl his way in past Orlov. Couldn't do it. Puck gets cleared out.
Because they can't get possession down on the hash marks, Marty St. Louis, you can't get the goaltender out of the net. They just have not gotten possession moving into the zone. This might be their first crack at it.
And there goes Montembeault as Kirby Dach will play it off the outside of the net. Jensen goes after it. Orlov up for the puck. Around the glass, and it got by Arber-Xhekaj and down the ice. Icing rigged off. Savard will pick it up off the outside of the net. Canadiens bench arguing that they wanted the icing call. Here comes Gallagher. Got it over to Kirby Dach. Knocks it in on the wing. Anderson dropped it back for Dach. Turned it over. Alexander Ovechkin. Empty net from center. Off the goal post. Monahan moves back in his own end with it. Monahan down the wing with it. Sean Monahan feeds it back for Kirby Dach. Weidman's there. Had to force it into the corner. Carlson will get it off the boards. Up in the air. Ovechkin was there looking for it. He won't find it though. And Monahan will send it back in. It's off the stick and into the seats and out of play.
Well, if he falls short by one goal, we'll remember this one. He moved it right into the middle of the ice. We had a straight-on look at it. This gives him a straight-on look, and he let that thing go, and it went off the post dead on. And I think he was a bit surprised. He was like, how could I miss that? As he cut right into his forehand, and again, he helps himself by getting towards the middle of the ice because he's going straight at it. He doesn't miss that very many times, as I think we're going to have a timeout here by the Montreal Canadiens. And again, at the 3-minute mark, I think you want to try to get your goalie out down 2 goals, but they just never got possession deep in the zone, so they had to wait and wait and wait. But I think at this point, they're not going to have much of a choice. They're going to have to line up with their 6 guys and hope to get possession and get it in deep and get on it right away. For the Washington Capitals, I wouldn't want to say this is a must-win because it's too early in the season to say it's a must-win. But I think where they were sitting, losing their first 2, I would say that this was a game that Peter Laviolette and the Washington Capitals felt like was extremely important for them to get. You know, you don't want to start off, you know, down 3 games right off the hopper. And they played a pretty solid home game tonight. I thought, again, they would storm the castle a little bit early. They didn't. They just played a veteran, steady game, and they took over the game a bit in the second period. But other than that, it's been a well-balanced game.
Dowd and Suzuki line up for the draw. Dowd forced it back into his own end. Suzuki goes after it. It's flipped over the head of Gallagher and cleared out. Indians on the attack now as Cole Caulfield's got it. He'll ring it into the Washington zone. Oshie kicks it back with a skate. Carlson in the corner trying to play. And now it comes free. TJ Oshie will get it out. Got it across. Connor Shearing for the empty net, and it goes wide. Hoffman back on it. He'll get it ahead at center for Nick Suzuki. Down the wing, Nick Suzuki forced off the puck. And this one is stopped at center. Oshie up with the puck, and Washington is going to get the first win of the season. A 3-1 final over Montreal as they improve to 5-0-1 in their last 6 games against the Canadiens.
Well, we got a bit of a kerfuffle here at center ice as Dowd and Suzuki had some words, and then Dowd gave Suzuki a shove, and in came Brendan Gallagher. And with no time on the clock and both benches empty, this is a bit of a schmozzle here for the referees. They want to get the guys that are coming off the bench to go back where they came from and get this thing settled down. This game had no fire keg powder in it whatsoever. And I did not notice anything that went on between Dowd and Suzuki. And obviously something on the 6-on-5 near the end of the game transpired, and Brendan Gallagher wasn't going to have it.
Gallagher with plenty of words for Nick Dowd. Here's how it all started at the end.
Well, Dowd comes over and he's got something to say to Suzuki, and then he kind of gets in his face, and then Brendan Gallagher came to the aid of his captain. And I don't think Dowd coming around to Suzuki is something that just was fresh. I think something happened before that, and he was coming around to address it with Suzuki, but cooler heads prevail, and the Washington Capitals get their first win of the season.
The Canadiens will return home Monday night on Rogers Monday Night Hockey to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Still more to come tonight, including the Battle of Alberta on Hockey Night in Canada.